there, beautiful, wonderful people. How's it all going? I love that it's like mnemonic now and everyone knows how I do introductions to this.
Hey there, beautiful, wonderful people. How you doing?
Hi there, beautiful, wonderful people. How you all doing? Thank you so much for coming along. We are on episode 11 of the Atomless. This is a little Starfinder game. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Last week was a bit of a... Not last week. Last session was a bit of a wild one, huh? Oh, today is going to be less intense, but still as memorable and fun. My name is Matt Captain Krail. I'm Captain Krail on all things. You can find me on Twitter. I stream Monday to Thursdays, and I do goofs and gabs and some dating sims and some not dating sims. I talk about Final Fantasy 14 literally every stream. So come on down if you want to do that. It'd be a good little time. Dylan, you think you're laughing at me? You think you could do a better job? Do the better job. There you go. Do a better job, punk.
Why would I ever? Why would I say that? Why would I have such hubris? I know. I'm Dylan. And that's it. I go by she and they pronouns, and I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. I am a game designer and entertainer, and I play Ike on the Atomless. It's my favorite thing in the world. Suck it, Matt.
Thank you. That's nice.
Yeah. Someone else go.
Wow, everyone. No,
Nordina Lee.
Cowards.
Nordina Lee.
No.
Hi, my name is Nordina Lee Kadir. You can find me online at Werewolf Feels pretty much everywhere. I stream and stuff, but most importantly, I'm known as a tabletop writer, game designer, and game consultant. And that's me. Let's go with Momo O'Brien.
It was so clean and
Hello.
concise.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Momo O'Brien, she, her, and I make content about immersive experiences. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien.
Hell yeah, gamer.
And last, but certainly not least,
It's me! Hey everybody, my name's Andre. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art on Twitter, and also at my website, andrerivera.art. How cool is that?
Yo, that's cool.
It's all in my link tree that's the pinned tweet on my account. You can find me on Sundays on Total Party Kiss on Tragedy Theologian at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. You can find me on the Atomless on the Welcome Man every other Wednesday, and on whatever podcasting system you prefer on the opposite Wednesday. Hey, you can also find me on a bunch of long shots that are going to be on Total Party Kiss on Thursdays. Isn't that crazy? Wow. You can also commission me if my commissions are open, which by the time this episode comes out, they should be.
Hell yeah, gamer. 25th
Make more
of May.
Loxodons. That's a challenge. Make more Loxodon characters so I can draw elephants all the time. Thank you.
That was a threat. I love that.
I was a threat.
Previously on the Atomless.
Azhaam, he.
Ike. She.
My name is Theriac.
what's up? My name's Skye. Welcome to the patchwork, my dudes.
More research regarding the crystal.
And you find data. Like someone has imprinted this thing with almost a message.
Everybody stop! Put your hands on your heads!
Is a seat taken?
All I want is to settle down and start a proper life.
My name is Mr. Hylock. Hear that I'm lucky enough to have you interview to work with me?
I think I'm the lucky one.
Hey, no. I don't know what you hear, but I'm not buying anything.
Hive sent me.
What's your name?
How's skyscraper?
Scrapyard.
Welcome to the How can I be of service to you today?
My name is Dr. Theriac. I work with Wild Times. Some of the people I have employed have been arrested.
Unfortunately, I can not divulge information of people aboard. But if you find a superior officer, they can give you a clearance pass. Allow me to tell you more.
Is a seat taken?
I remember all this.
My name is Mr. Hylock.
I'm sorry, did we do this before?
I don't know what you hear, but I'm not buying anything.
This might sound a little immature, but have you ever read a comic book?
Yeah, you know what? This isn't working. Can we rerun Simulate?
Just concentrate, that's all. Focus as hard as you can.
As you all break out of this memory loop and you gain full autonomy. The ship raises and doosh, the patchwork takes off. And you are all in deep space. A thousand eyes stare at a hulking, multi-horned creature sulking in the darkness of a cave. The creature stretches a powerful paw out in front of it, attempting to grasp at the straw it lays on, as its sharp-toothed jaw widens in a yawn, before its eyes examine its home. Rocky outcroppings, the fresh water dripping off stalactites. Its eyes follow, and stares, sadly, at a smooth wall that it knows holds the eyes that stare at it. It stands uneasily unsure of the body that it inhabits, and it lurches toward a pile of bones nearly stripped of their meat and sniffs. Then sadly, to the joy of the thousand eyes staring at it, it crunches into its new meal. It shambles back to its bedding, and as the creature lays down and looks out to the rest of the cave in front of it, we see recreational environments stretch out. Joys and wonders to be had in abundance, but the eyes won't stop watching, unmoving and unblinking. The patchwork has been in the air for 3 days at this point. Scrap took the long way round to avoid the Leviathan's eye, as Ran is in a position now where you'd be coming past it if you just flew straight there. However, Idun is now in view. The little intercom system flicks on. Hey, so we're about 4 hours out of Idun. We're gonna have to make a stop off at its moon and then get in from there, but everyone suit up. It's bring your crew to work day. And the intercom flicks off.
Did everyone download the Experience app?
What is that exactly?
Oh, you can check the wait times for certain exhibits, and it shows you like what stores are gonna have sales and stuff. There's this neat little scheduling section, and every time you open up the app, the tiger thing goes.
You can also
Gives a little
mobile
thumbs up.
this thing. You can get your food prepared ahead of time.
Yeah.
All right. If you all have to buy tickets, I'm going to make an executive decision to just bypass you all. There's no reason you all should not be able to get in. You are technically employees of Wild Times as per the contracts that Scrap and I drafted.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's real.
Wait, hold
Doctor.
on. We've been on this ship for 3 days. You didn't care to mention that you hired us?
It's not real,
Okay.
but it's very handy legal work.
Okay. I almost wish you hadn't have told me that I am a technical employee of a theme park we're about to enter, because it's already gone to my head. Also, I know it's not a theme park. It's a zoological
Not.
facility. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to hear the T word for the rest of this trip. You understand?
Yes, Dr. Theriac.
What about
Thank you.
What about the Z word?
Zoological.
Zoological.
That's easy to fix, because you could be like, the zoological facility.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a chance to recover. You can't recover from the T word.
We could also just call it Wild Times. It has a name.
It does have a name.
Did you choose the name?
We should get off the ship now. We've landed. It's fine. Everyone off. Everyone off.
Are we there?
No, we're not. We have about 4 hours left. I'm
Oh.
letting a scene play, and then we can all leave.
Come on, just go with him. Empty us into space, please. Save us.
Yeah. Scrap. Oh no, Scrap can't come in. I was gonna say Scrap comes in, but he doesn't because we're 4 hours out. He has to fly the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
He
so
does put it. Scrap does
driving
put
the
it on autopilot for like a while, which is just cruise. But being 4 hours out of a thing that's moving like actually, I don't know how fast spaceships move, like 2,000 miles an hour. I'm imagining something super fast, and is like, I can't leave the ship because I will collide into something. But its curtains are open.
Instead of telling people to get off, because I wouldn't do that if we hadn't landed.
I thought it was a
Okay.
joke, so you're welcome to.
Everyone should pack. We should all individually pack alone. Yeah, everyone just plan what you're gonna wear. Make sure you got, your bottles of water, libations, snacks. It's really expensive there. Okay. I just look nervously at Theriac because I don't want this conversation to continue.
Does anybody want a spare fanny pack?
Oh,
I
I've
already
never
have
had
one.
a fanny pack before.
That's literally so funny that you say that, Mo, because I fully was gonna have a joke that you and Scrap have collected, from just places that you've just taken shit from. You have a whole box of different fanny packs, and so that's very fun that we synced up there. Yeah, take the fanny packs. Sorry, I take the fanny packs. There's a whole box of them, just over there.
Wait, I have a question. Will we need sun protection? Is it very sunny? Is there?
It's very sunny. Yes, I recommend if you have skin to wear
I
proper.
don't. Do I need sun protection?
You have fur, so
Rats can get
Probably.
burnt.
yeah.
Matt says as Scrap, right?
I
You
don't
can look
know.
up sunburns.
I've
If
never
you,
had
if you
to
have
do that
exposed
before.
skin, such as your ears, your muzzle, your hands, or your tail, you should
Yes.
wear sunscreen on those bits.
That's true.
That's
And
weird.
also, Ig, we have been on the lower decks for most of our lives, and I'm pretty sure that the sun hits us differently, so we might get actually pretty burned. So yeah, I can.
Yeah.
If you have dense
I don't have
fur,
sunscreen, but
If you
Well,
have dense
we'll
fur,
get some.
oh, that's true. Dense fur, maybe. A lot of my fur is matted, but
Dr. Theriac, you don't sound too excited to be going back to your zoological facility. Isn't this the first time you're gonna get to see?
Oh,
like,
I'm very
people?
excited. I'm just working right now.
Oh, what are you working on?
I'm doing the actual paperwork for the slugs.
Oh, for burger and fries. I'm
Wait,
gonna miss
hold up.
them.
We've had them for ages.
Yes, I've been feeding them what food we've had left.
But why did? Never mind.
I didn't want it.
Nothing. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep packing and keep to myself.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go say goodbye to Burger and Fries.
Can I come?
Yeah, please.
y'all walk out in the kitchen. I imagine Burger and Fries is in the kitchen since that's where Theriac does the most of their work.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's there's the Spy Kids 1 themed fabricator that makes the majority of the protein food and the coffee and things, and there's a recycled water sink that Scrap has very recently installed on Saga, as well as your chairs that you picked out and the drift core in the middle, and you can see that Scrap is has the curtains to the pilot seat open, so you can see out all in front of you and see all the Atomless Sea and Idun, which is increasing. You've actually now been matched by other ships. This is the most ships you've seen in one condensed area when you're not taxiing to get into a planet. You were taxiing to go into Saga for a little bit, and Helium as well when you were going into Helium, but now it's you're just on the space highway and you're seeing 2-3 other ships next to you.
This is actually kind of exciting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is gonna be great. I'm so excited to see it with people walking around with everything all open,
I think it'll be very exciting. I've never been this far from Saga. Have you?
Me and Scrap made a stop don't tell Dr. Theriac. Okay?
Oh my
So
gosh.
me and
Okay,
Scrap might have made a little stop at Wild Times before it was open. You know, we just wanted to scope the place out so I know where all the bathrooms are.
It was very minor.
Andres.
When did you get this?
I know we left Saga. Went to Wild Times.
That's how we found out about the
Yeah, how did
Leviathan's
you
Eye.
get here?
I'm the pilot. I'm on the pilot's chair. I'm like in the same room as you.
Wait,
just-
is Dr.
No,
Theriac?
Dr. Theriac. Dr. Theriac is like further away than I am. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we found out about the Leviathan's Eye, because we were coming back from Idun, saw the Leviathan's Eye collide with the asteroid belt, and then we met up with the BA-11, and then found you guys.
Wow.
Scrap said.
Okay. So, yeah, this is just very interesting, and I'm kind of excited to see Dr. Theriac in their element, you know?
Yeah, and like
think
I didn't
that
get to see any of the animals or anything. There was just like a bunch of hotels and stuff. So I'm excited to get the full Wild Times experience. You know?
Do you think we'll be like very important guests because we are with, you know, the very important Wild Times founder, Dr. Theriac?
I think you're always very important.
That's extremely sweet.
But I don't know how we're gonna get treated once we get down there. Like, I'm getting some weird vibes from Theriac in terms of the back end production of this zoological facility. You know?
Oh, like what?
I mean, so there's a spectrum of ways this could go in my imagination. We're gonna get down there. They're gonna roll out a red carpet. Trumpets will sound. And a round of applause and confetti from the audience as we wave as we walk out of the patchwork. That's over here.
That is one
On
scenario.
the other end, I'm worried we're gonna get there and the people running the park are gonna be like, Dr. Theriac, who? Are you on the list? And then we're gonna have to kill somebody, because that ain't right.
Oh, those are very different in very extreme ways. I hope maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I
I think it's probably gonna be, yeah,
okay.
somewhere in the middle.
No, I think I trust Dr. Theriac, and I think that this will go very well. And Burger and Fries are gonna be so happy. They're gonna be with
Can I
so
pick
many
up?
other animals.
Yeah, can I pick up Burger and Fries carrier and be like, "You're gonna be a big star, kid. You're gonna go places. Theoretically, physically, you're probably gonna be in one place forever."
I think Theriac will like walk in like.
I want to do a
good
visual
work.
representation of a slug, but I don't know how to do it.
You're doing a very good job, man.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Theriac will walk in at that point and say, "Put the slug down. That is a parasite. Please put it back in its facility."
They're a friend, and they're ready.
They are
or they're
not
being
Oh
Right,
shit!
they are-
That's
they
no
are-
joke. Did
well-
you take it out of the cage?
No,
she's
God,
saying
It's
no.
in the cage.
Holding the carrier.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna be like, it is fully acidic. Like the mucus on it is acidic.
Please do not stab the slugs. Please put the.
All right, I'm
Put-
putting
put
down
down-
the carrier, but Dr.
Thank you.
Theriac, it's hard for me to not disturb anybody.
You first of all, you are not a disturbance. You are not a nuisance.
I should
You are
probably
an
try
Athene.
harder then.
I feel like you're missing the point. But these are going to be. We want these specimens in good health and to not be, out of sorts when they arrive at the health at the veterinary clinic, right? So
Yes.
just be aware of it.
Okay. Hypothetically,
Oh,
if
wait. There is a timeout.
Yeah, Andre, you're muted on the.
Yeah, you are muted. That's good. I was also gonna. I was waiting for a natural time to do it. Thank you very
I'm
much.
a fool.
We will stitch this.
Sorry about that, everybody.
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Normally, thank you so much for that.
Thanks,
I was just waiting. Passive. That is Chad behavior.
Now,
Sorry.
Dr. Theriac, let's say hypothetically. I'm not saying this. I can neither confirm nor deny that this has or has not happened. But if, whilst you were not actively looking at burger and fries, someone slipped them a few cheesy puffs at 2 a.m., would that matter? I'm sensing you didn't know that anyone has done that, so I'm going to say no, it does not. If someone did do that.
Matt, are these slugs omnivorous?
Yeah. They're like parasitic, so
They're like are they like opportunists?
yeah, everything. Yeah.
That's fine. For these slugs.
That would be fine for these slugs if someone were
I
to do
do
that.
not advise you to do that in the future unless you have specifically asked me to do so. Because some animals can get very sick if you feed them the wrong things.
Right.
Okay?
Dr. Theriac, can I feed burger and fries cheese puffs at 2 a.m.?
What time is it now?
It is coming to Idun time 11?
In the morning?
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yes, because you will not be able to interact with them for much longer.
Ah, okay.
But thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
I'm just very excited. I guess I need to go and pack and find sunscreen. So I'm gonna go and figure that out.
All right. Very well. I'm going to go check on Azhaam, see if he needs anything before we land. As I continue flying out this bit of work.
I'm gonna
There we go.
hang out with burger and fries for the last moments we can.
Yes. Say your goodbyes, your farewells.
Yes or no to cheesy puffs? Just one for old times'
Eat
sake.
them the cheesy puffs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Theriac will stop by Azhaam's. Azhaam,
Something wrong?
are you doing all right?
Why wouldn't I be? It's packing for a zoological trip. So I've got everything I need. It's easy enough.
I just know you do not endorse how this facility came to be, so I wanted to check that you are okay to actually enter the premises.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Walk up to every cage, break the animals free, let them roam wild over the countryscape?
I know you're joking, but that does give me anxiety.
Theriac, I've told you before, I don't have a problem with you or with wild times. I have a problem with how. I think you don't realize what this place is. We've had this conversation, we don't need to have it again.
I understand. I understand your positioning. And in some ways I do agree with you. Know that.
No, but what scares me is that if you agree with me, what are you planning on doing?
Continuing to run the best operation that I can within my given capabilities.
Okay.
I've been actually doing lots of drafts for some modifications to the site, possibly some ideas for different exhibits, just some standard of life improvements, I believe. that would be of benefit for both our specimens and our guests. So, always room for improvement.
Sure, Theriac. Sure. Just, if you do get disappointed, be careful not to... Don't let yourself fall apart because something didn't work out where you intended. I lay a massive hand on Theriac's teeny tiny little shoulder. Just like pat.
Thank you. And I already know how to improve it.
I look at him quizzically. Okay then. Well, I should visit little Freet's room.
Ah. Yes, don't let me impede you. And we'll go back, check on Scrap.
Yeah, Scrap's flying in. There's a little. Their motherboard is essentially like all junk. They have like a fax machine which is like printing out small reports and little like word like pictures of which are just all made up of words of just like the general look ahead of them and little scans around them. There's a typewriter that they're occasionally tapping on that contacts other ships around. Yeah, they're just having a little fly on their console in this like deep granddad chair that is the pilot's chair that they have. As you walk up, they're like, "Oh, hey, big shot. Want to see?"
Morning, Captain. Looks out to Idun, which is just this beautiful little tropical planet with greens and blues and all sorts of color. Like you can even see like the reefs from up here and like how bright they are.
It's beautiful.
It's good. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we never had time, but you did real good on helium, getting us here. You've been doing real good this whole time. I'll be honest, Doctor. I'm gonna be absolutely gutted to lose you as part of the crew.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but that's was our agreement when I took the job to get the mollusks. Was once I got back here, I'd be returning to work. But
Absolutely. Well, hey, if you ever need any slugs needing picking up from any planet, you know, Skye and I are always are going to be knocking around. You have our numbers. Feel free to hit us up. You always have a place on the patchwork if you need it.
I appreciate that deeply, and I'll be sure to that you and all the crew are compensated with, if not lifetime passes, then seasonal passes.
Oh, I didn't even have to ask. That was literally going to be the next question right out my mouth.
You have more than earned that. That prize, I would say.
It's been an absolute honor flying with you.
Same to you, Captain.
All right, go take your seat. Strap in. About an hour out.
And we'll sit their ass down.
The little ding of the pilot light comes on, instructing everyone to go sit down and strap in as the patchwork weaves its way toward Idun. Idun could not be more different from Saga, and that's never more clear as you approach. As Andre pointed out, as Theriac pointed out, the planet is covered in a lush green landscape, deep blue seas worming around the planet, the reefs, the atmosphere is beautiful. It is stunning. A planet, even though you know that there is this huge park on it, it is almost entirely untouched by anyone. Idun's one moon, which has recently taken the name Gateway, shows thousands of ships to and from the planet. Hanging over the moon is this one humongous starship that almost covers the entire surface of it, called a Bifrost. It's a cruise vessel built to carry travelers from all throughout the galaxy, throughout the drift to all of the destinations that they want. It essentially has built-in multiple drift engines and just travels. It's one of the only ships that can go for not only solar system to solar system, but full galactic plane to galactic plane. It is an incredible ship. You get the green light to land in the docking bay on the moon. As you park, you see a huge palace-like structure. Its walls going on into the horizon and a huge grand dome that reaches a spiked point on top of the building. The entrance is met either side by two humongous holograms of creatures that keep changing what animal they are to show from a quadruped, horse-like creature with tentacled faces to large birds with tens of eyes on their wings. A brightly lit wooden sign above the decadent door says, "Entrance to Wild Times, the #1 xeno-ecological educational facility in the galaxy." Your ears are buffeted by the sounds of wildlife, cawing birds, roaring predators, and the chirp of different aesthetic-sounding insects. As you walk up to it, you see vines and plants crawling up the walls, fake waterfalls and streams that are flowing throughout the building and down the walls, under glass pathways that you walk. Excited park goers walk over them whilst collecting tickets or waiting in line. Holographic animals bound their way throughout the waiting spaces, through light fixtures on the floor, running up to children and offering to be pet by them. And then, when they tap them on their little head, a little of an information card pops up and telling them a little information about that animal. One such creature, a holograph of a pink monkey with a sharp whip-like tail, curiously walks up to you all. It stares at you all for a minute as you enter in to the gateway to Wild Times.
Can I pet it? Can I pet the monkey?
You can bet it's a holograph. It is a holograph, but it's a futuristic holograph, so it's very good.
Are we supposed to?
As you pet it, there's a little dot that appears on it and a line showing a little card. This little critter survives on bugs and berries on Idun and is found in warm climates. For more information, buy the Explorers Pack for unlimited access to all animals' habitats and fast passes to rides, as well as exclusive Wild Times meal kit. Buy the Adventurers Kit. And it has a little sign above it that says Kayuka Iki. Kayuka Iki is the name of this little pink monkey. And he goes,
Theriac is gonna all right, enough of the salesmanship.
Why are you waving? This is so cool! I'm losing my marbles, dude!
Oh, advanced!
The Karakuiki is a very interesting species, but first of all, I did not endorse this interactive exhibit. And I thought that we had agreed that all basic educational information for these animals would be readily available in plaques and holograms like these, but not
Behind
not you could
paywall.
pet.
I mean, I didn't even know what a Kaulikiki was until I pet this one. It was asking me to be pet.
It's because it's a program. It's designed to... It's not how it would actually interact with you.
I know, but, it's accessible to me, the target audience, who is easily distracted by loud noises and bright colors.
I cannot fault you for that.
Azhaam is trying his best to stare directly at the floor.
You're doing very well. You're standing above one of these fake rivers. There's these two waterfalls that like fall either side of the great entrance, and the water goes in and then worms its way through. And at the minute, you are standing on this like very large plane of glass that has this water river flowing across it, and there's some holographic fish that occasionally swim past. Theriac, did you say that you shoo the Kaiokariki away?
Yeah.
As you do, you click the X and swipe it away, and then there's a small like it sits and its eyes widen just slightly.
Doctor, thank you so much for coming back. Well, if you'd like to follow me, we can take you through the back room.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. Is this an artificial intelligence, or is this someone on a communicator?
I am the artificial intelligence that worms its way all the way through the gateway. I am cut off from the AI through Wild Times, but are from the same material.
Very well. I do have some crewmates that I've been traveling with that will also need access.
Very well. If you follow me, you can speak to Mr. Lepore, who will be able to give you access.
Thank you, and we'll march forward.
Theriac, you would know. Mr. Hilo Lepore is one of the board members. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 board members, 7, including yourself, who reside over Wild Times. I'm not going to bombard you all with information. Hilo Lepore, Mr. Lepore, is one of them. This little pink monkey skitters and bounds over out of this gorgeous set area that holds all the cues and all these interactive animals flying around, and next to the toilets, just a very basic looking door that they stop just before the hallway down.
At the end of this hall, you will find the door that leads into the back rooms and Mr. Lepore.
Camouflaged very well. Thank you very much. And we'll open the door. Kind of siphon
This
everyone
is
in.
so cool. I feel so exclusive. Oh, the back rooms, they're gonna be finger food.
I believe here
Definitely
they call
pretty
them,
exciting.
sorry.
No.
I believe here they call them backstage.
Yes, it would be considered that. Yes, backstage.
That's even cooler. Like a rock star.
Well, all Theriac is a big wig.
All right, let's get to move on.
Move along.
You walk on down. The hallway leads into a hallway, which leads into this huge room that these absolutely massive windows look out upon Wild Times. A bunch of different monitors, tens of people all typing, clicking, speaking to each other, making sure the ships from the planet coming back from the moon and trading places and all that is all working smoothly. It's essentially like a airport operating area, but exclusively for Wild Times. There's also people to make sure the tickets go through and all that jazz. You see a man, middle-aged human, in a t-shirt, a suit jacket, and has jeans on, and they're leaning over, speaking to someone who is just dealing with some random ticket things. They don't seem to notice you as you go in. They're busy looking at other things. Oh my god! Hello! Oh, Theriac!
Lepore.
It has been. It's been ages. Where have you been? You are looking great, and you have who I imagine is friends.
These are the crewmates that I've been traveling to on a mission to acquire more specimens for the facility. We'll go up and shake Lefroy's hand.
Lynn told us about your personal excursion. That is, that's very exciting. Thank you so much for. We're going to have to open up our first off-world exhibit. If you do more of that, am I right?
Can I go up to them and offer my hand and say, Skye, employee in training for Wild Times?
It's an absolute honor. Mr. Hilo Lepore, I'm he, him. It's nice to see you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, of course. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Hilo Lepore. I'm one of the board members next to Theriac. I'm the one who's been keeping the wheels greased, keeping everything turning since our Lord on High has been off gallivanting through the solar system. I've heard that you've led a very exciting life over the last few weeks. The board are quite excited to catch up and talk about it. Have you seen the new facility since we've opened?
There's a new facility
Not
already?
New facility. No. Have you
a
down?
tour of the grounds.
Yes. Have you had it since we opened?
I've done a tour of the grounds prior to it opening. I've not seen it fully in action.
Wonderful. We're going to show you it. It is an absolutely magical experience. We're going to take we could go down privately. We're not going to do that. We're going to go through the public routes, and we're going to take the public ship down because it's quite magical. Bassett has really done some magical things.
That's why they were hired for the job.
Bassett is Lashunta, who is essentially the head Imagineer of the park facility as the park runs. Not a member of the board, but high up in the design aspect.
Yeah. Yes. Well, this will be very exciting, won't it? And to be going through the sort of process as in the shoes of a visitor will be sort of a good proving of our facility.
Absolutely.
I am terribly sorry about missing the grand opening. That is very unfortunate. I wish I could have been there, but by all accounts, it went over well. Yes.
Oh yes, it's gone swimmingly. We had a bit of a scare. Obviously, it's not the same since you've been gone, but we've found our own path. Lynn has really stepped up when it comes to running that side of the things. They've come to me with a lot of things, and the whole board has really been doing a lot of overtime and really filling in your vision for what the park is. So we should be all great to go. Right.
Yeah.
Can I roll a sense motive check on this person?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see if we're being sold a story here, or if if they actually believe in his.
And you are talking about Tulin Malodin, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Lynn.
Okay.
Hey, you trained them exceedingly well. They seem to know exactly what they're doing. They've taken your ways with the animals and they've really inspired the team. Yeah. Of course, you're always the boss.
I have a 13.
Okay. They seem to be they are just kind of a high up company person. They wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, even though they're like a high up CEO. So you can kind of tell that they might be trying to seem cool and chill. There's like everything is very flippant that they're saying when it comes to like Theriac going and like them caring. They're not saying anything to do with them which is poignant, but you're not sure as to why they're not talking about them caring about if Theriac left or not. It's always the board.
Okay, and it's Lynn. No, it's not.
So this is Mr. Lepore. Lynn,
Mr. Lepore?
which
Yeah.
Andrew knows. Lynn is who seems to be another member of the board. Okay. Right. To the park?
Onward.
Onward to the park. Fantastic.
Will
we have
need
burger
to-
and fries with us.
Oh yes. Momo or Skye, could you?
Who's Momo?
I don't know.
I believe a famous galactic pop singer.
There's an editor, someone who is editing a video on how Wild Times is an immersive experience, who turns around.
You yourself have been placed as an NPC.
Yes, the Momo O'Brien is canonical in the Atomless universe.
I need time to process that.
Can I do a roll check just to see how burnt out this person may be?
Oh my god.
Thank you, Skye.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
We get burger and fries. I mean, subject 2074 settled in first, maybe.
2074 and 2075. I believe these are two separate species.
Oh, burger and fries. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that. They're right in front of me, of course. Pleasure doing business with you.
We will need to work on a common name when we bring these to the clinic.
No, I'm a huge fan. Theriac was their confusing naming conventions always gets me all turned around. It's 015F and 6478 and all that. I can never understand it. The fact that you gave them a name is wonderful.
I know, I'm gonna be honest. I made up that number. I don't remember what it is, but I've remembered burgers and fries for like
No one
weeks.
ever does. Theriac is the only one who remembers their names. And Lynn.
like,
Lynn
I
is
get
now
it.
very good at this. You should meet Lynn. You'll meet Lynn. You'll love her.
It's very important for categorization. Let's continue.
Before we leave to the next spot, Matt, can I ask you a question out of character?
Yeah.
How big in roughly cubic feet is Spot the Crystal?
I don't know what a cubic foot is. It's
A
this.
cubic foot? It's like this?
Is this a little bigger?
You have
Little
about
bigger.
4 cubic feet.
That's about
Okay, all right. This, so it's 4 cubic.
If that's a crystal, that's heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Okay.
weird. It like each of you have carried it at different points, and it is like it is a
foot.
thing that you can carry like under an arm, and it's not wildly heavy. Which again,
Okay.
It's
for
not
a crystal,
wildly
cubic
heavy?
foot
it's not
would be
wildly
about-
heavy. No,
It's like, would you say it's comparable to the size of a soccer ball?
you know what? Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what it
Great.
is.
Okay.
That's something we
Can
all have
I-
done before.
Can I say, as long as it's all right with Dr. Theriac retroactively, can I say that I have the crystal? And
Yes,
that,
I would have encouraged that.
And
Do you mean
in my mouth, yes.
In your
Oh
mouth?
my
Yes, in my-
fucking god! Are you
Okay. That's
I-
absolutely unhinged?
I
have-
not in
So
your
this
mouth.
whole time, I used to be like, oh yeah, no, it's totally, I got it.
I have 2 pouches that can store up to 1 bulk.
You still speak weird.
Like, honey, put it in your fanny pack. Just put it in your fanny pack.
Don't.
No.
Please.
Okay.
You
All
can
right.
put it in your mouth, that's fine. There's a
No,
weird
I'll
electric
do something
energy.
normal.
It is
And
it is
hold it.
essentially you've seen so much electricity coming from this thing. It is putting a large battery in your mouth, is what you're doing. That's what it
I
tastes
don't
like.
see-
Have you ever
What the
put your
problem is-
tongue on a battery? It sucks.
Yeah, don't do that.
don't you put it
That's
in
me,
your mouth?
Andre speaking.
Don't you
Don't
put it
do
in
that.
your mouth.
Don't you put it
All right,
in
I'll just carry it I'll carry it.
Tell you what, I'm gonna take a Sharpie out of my back pocket and bite the lid off, and I'm gonna draw on the fanny pack 2 little mouse teeth. So it kind of looks like a mouth. It can go like, "Rah, rah, rah, feed me,
I really
I."
know how to explain why, but that did help. Thank you.
You're welcome. Power of imagination.
I do
As
appreciate
you
it.
all walk down the hallway, and this conversation's going on, Mr. Laporta's turn.
Yeah.
To colourful group you've got. I see you've stretched out in social circles.
Extremely colorful.
Can I try to overhear this?
Quite a variety then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, try to overhear it. I imagine it's Lepore, Theriac, Azhaam behind them both, and then Ig and Skye at the back.
Is
That's
Scrap
Some
coming?
would want to be
Scrap
last.
is outside. Like, Scrap had to park up the ship. You all left, went inside, and Scrap is going to meet you in the hallway. Like, yeah.
I feel like Azhaam would want to be last in this little group.
Oh yeah, sure.
Which
You
means
can be
hearing's
last.
gonna get harder.
Yeah.
But I did get a 27.
Yeah, you heard. You don't know what exactly the words were, but you definitely heard the tone. As you exit the hallway, you see a scruffy little rat that you know with the little antenna and the eye, but now is wearing like a vest, like a white vest, a little like Hawaiian t-shirt, and like little jean shorts with a fanny pack over. You see Scrap, who's just all dressed up and ready to go to a park with a Hawaiian shirt and a fanny pack and a white t-shirt, looking like a dad. Sandals, socks, absolutely. You kidding? Give me more. That's what Scrap's looking like as you will enter. Like, hey,
Scrap, look and fly.
thank you so much. This is my holiday outfit. I haven't been able to wear it yet, so I'm excited.
Extremely spiffy. Scrap, this is Mr. Lepore. He is a member of the board and will be escorting us across the grounds.
Wonderful. We are just about to head on down to Wild Times. You ready to join us? I would. Yes. All right. Come on, gang, let's go. Right, I'll obviously, because you're all friends of our co-founder, all the tickets are already comped, so don't worry about that. You'll have full access to all the things, just not like the inner workings of the facility, but all park means you can go. Theriac, are we staying long? You are, but are your colourful crew staying long?
I'm not sure. That's for them to decide. My contract with them terminates once I return back to work, so that's fully up to them.
Well, how long do you think it's going to take for us to see everything in Wild Times? Is it like a 3-day?
You could easily spend a week going through all of the different exhibits if you take your time and really, immerse yourself. And
Week?
I'm okay to stay for a bit.
If we're gonna do that, can we get like food vouchers? Seems expensive here.
Yes, of course. We can. I tell you what. I'll comp the tickets so you have like a 50% off, and then I'll just throw in the food vouchers for free. We don't need to get it now. Obviously, I can comp like one night if you're staying, but a whole week with all the tickets and things. So just pay that whenever you're ready, and then we'll set you up with the hotel room in Raven's Roost, and you'll all be set up and ready to go.
Oh, Matt, would Theriac's home be able to accommodate everyone, or is it like a studio apartment?
No. It's big. Theriac's house is big, but it is a 1-bedroom and an office. But everyone could it's like bigger than your room is bigger than the patchwork, but it doesn't have multiple beds.
I assumed we were going to get like comped a hotel.
Yeah.
For one night.
For one night. Hotel for one night, but after that you all are more than welcome to stay at my personal residency on Idun.
Sleepover! Yes!
Wait, is this
That's
place
quite exciting.
I hate to ask it. I feel very uncomfortable asking it, but is this place your size, or is it fit for people?
No, it is
Nice
fully able to fit everyone. More than ever. It's meant to fit several large species inside of it.
Oh,
So
For parties, right?
It is not for parties. It's primarily for business.
Oh. Nice.
Hey, what was your name again? I've forgotten. I'm sorry.
Lepore. My name is Lepore.
Lepore.
Mr. Lepore.
Lepore. Listen, come here, dude. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Yeah, dude, come here. Let's level with each other, all right? Business person to business person. I know that across the galaxy, many large businesses have taken investments from shady. What I'm saying isn't even funny, but you laughing is making me laugh. I know that businesses around the galaxy have taken investments from some shady organizations. So be real with me here, man. Is there any void associations in Wild Times?
Turns to Theriac. That's definitely an interesting question to ask out in the public. That's okay.
I'm young and curious. That's why I'm here.
Very
I'm
charming.
the target demographic.
Very charming. Would we? Let's get down to the park. Theriac, and we need to have a conversation.
I
Wow, what
understand.
a long
Yes,
and suspicious
please.
way to say
No
no.
more questions until we get to the facility.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Lepore.
Yo, I'm gonna get fired. Do you understand? I'm gonna get fired.
You can't get fired. This is your part.
Hi, board member. Are there any fucking criminals who are murderers who are in your park under your employee right fucking now?
Or is it just me?
I'm a teenager.
This is a quirky question.
Hey, San Diego
Hi.
Zoo. Do you have any Crips in your facility? Do you have any Bloods working the food stands or anything? What's up with that?
Hi,
be
board
real.
member.
Is this a
I
mock
understand
or is
that
it not?
I understand that you just watched the co-founder of this park step off a hunk of junk ship with a teenager, a rat, and a rebel leader. I'm just wondering, are there any murderers on board? Anyway, Ms. Lepore funnels you all into a ship that looks like a large generic white pod, almost like an egg, but it has the Wild Times logo embossed into the side.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I have my Wild Time shirt on.
Did you just realize that?
Yes.
No
You're my
fucking way.
favorite.
Does that
You're my
exist?
favorite.
Yeah, that exists.
Hey, everybody.
I'll admit it.
Quick plug. Quick real life plug. Go to my Redbubble to get
Yeah,
an
there's
actual
Wild Times
Time
merch.
shirt.
Are you fucking serious?
I
I could have had a Wild Times shirt.
I
for this
fully
episode.
meant
real
I fully
life
meant to buy Wild Times merch for this episode. I'm genuinely gutted that I forgot it. It's okay. There's always
You have
next
time
time.
before the next one.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be
1
here
week.
a while.
We're here 1 week.
1 week. Oh yeah, it's gonna be canonical when the gang buys Wild Times merch.
Yes, correct.
Everyone
Yeah.
buys that exact t-shirt. As you step inside this large egg-like ship, the inside is covered with leaves and plants, with a classic-looking safari jeep that is sat in the middle of it. A bubbly staff member welcomes everyone on board. Come on in, guys. We've been waiting for you. Idun needs to be explored, and we can't do without you. Come on, hurry up. And there's excited kids all getting in, strapping in, and there's parents who are helping kids set up as. There's all of this ambience of the middle of the jungle playing all around you. As everyone sits, there's ambient lights that are fake fire on these torches as you're going through. Okay, is everyone strapped in? The journey to Wild Times. The journey to Wild Times begins now. The room goes fully dark as these flamed torches go out and the ambient lights darken, and you all sit in silence with only the sounds of excitable kids and worried parents who are making sure the kids are strapped in tight for this small rocket ship ride down. The sounds of animals and nature get louder, and then the room brightens as a hologram of a purple, slightly translucent lion humanoid appears and walks just past you. But where the main of this line would be sit a wreath of tentacles that kind of dance in place. They sway softly, and the face is far more humanoid than it should be for people who know this animal. But I imagine Theriac is the only one who actually knows what this animal looks like. And they're wearing a classic adventurer's clothes. They have like that beige jacket with the little like explorer cap on. And as they walk in front of the ship, of this ship, you can hear them muttering to themselves, and they have a little map, and they're like, now where is it? Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. And they turn to you. Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. My name is Onzo. I'm looking for a place where I can find and learn about the most wonderful creatures in the galaxy. I followed this map to here, but I never paid attention in my map reading class, so I'm all turned around. Hey, you all seem like a smart bunch. Could you help me? Do you know where I can find a place that has all the strongest, the coolest, the cutest creatures in all the galaxy?
It's right here in Wild Times.
You do? Do you know where I can find them?
I do. Yeah, right here in Wild Times.
Wild Times! Why, of course. I can't believe I didn't think of that before. And if I'm right, Wild Times should be right. They walk over to the right side of the ship. Here! And they pull back a holographed collection of leaves. And as they pull it back, there's a large quadruped with these clawed feet and sharp teeth, and it has like porcupine spines all down their back. It roars, and then Onzo lets go of the leaves curling up and is like, "Oh, it's not there. That's a dex free. You don't want to go messing with those." Maybe walks around and then goes over to the left side of the ship. It's here. They pull back a curtain of leaves, and it reveals a bird with these eyes throughout its wings that's showering in that classic cartoon way. It notices you all and then does a little screech, and there's like, "Oh!" Onzo puts all the leaves back and it's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that, ma'am. You keep on showering." "Oh, it's not there. Where could it be?" "I know." Walks over to the front of the ship. "I have it. Everyone, welcome to Wild Times." It pulls back leaves, and as it does, the shutters of the ship open up, and stretched out in front of you is Wild Times, a huge park that stretches out for miles in front of you. You can see hundreds of animals, just teeny tiny small as you're all entering the atmosphere, playing in habitats, these huge exhibitions with these absolutely humongous creatures being fed as a bunch of people just sit around and watch these creatures being fed. You can see children riding on creatures the size of islands as they step off into the distance. Families getting on rides and roller coasters that fly and shoot around the park. You can also see a large floating orb in the sky that towers amongst everything else. This has restaurants, hotels, people are going in for food, and it has offices as well for the employees. The ship lowers, gets onto ground level as all of these big sites get bigger and bigger as you get closer and closer, and it gracefully lands at the docking port. And the doors open to Wild Times. As you all step off, children excitedly going out, the hologram of Onzo whiffs away, and there's Lepore is next to you clapping.
This is so cool.
I love that ride.
It was very...
It's very good. So, would we like to move on? Theriac, of course, I know that you have I can gather the board and get them all sorted, and we can go up to Raven's Roost, pointing to the large orb that floats in the sky. It has this embossing all along the side of it of these two huge wings that kind of make from certain angles. It looks like a giant raven, but has this like moon-esque texture to it. There are numerous like little ships, and there's like a train that kind of floats up to it and then stops off and then floats down the other end. They point to it. Well, we have the meeting in Raven's Roost, so I can get gather the board and we can all meet. But would your friends like to just enjoy the park as things go on? Would they like to join us or get situated in the hotel?
Skye has not gone far enough to like elicit getting lost, but she is running around like a teenager at a theme park and like taking selfies next to big statues and like reading signs and stuff. So you see her zipping about.
What? Skye, can you please come back here, please?
Yes. Sorry, Dr. Theriac.
Um,
Am I on the clock?
no, but this is a decision that requires your input.
Oh.
Do you
okay.
want to sit in on the meeting that I'm going to be having with my fellow board members, or would you rather just continue to peruse through the park?
Well, as an employee in training, I feel it is important for me to sit in and yes, business.
Right. Like, I'm thinking, like, sit, like, not in the office, but nearby, getting, you know, you can get the hotel and sit outside of the offices, of course, but it's
The
a board
closer I
meeting.
can get...
It
The
is
close-
a board meeting.
Oh, the closer I can get to the beating heart of industry, that's where my young heart craves to be.
I like this
I
kid.
don't know why I said that like a pirate, but...
Oi, where the long?
Hi, welcome to Wild Time.
I'm a pirate, but I also love industry booms.
me, the businessman pirate.
I'm the business pirate, I am.
Hit me, the stock.
A different voice for Skye every session, and today she is a pirate.
The best
But yes,
thing to
I
do
would-
with your booty is invest it. Sorry, that was it. That was my last joke. Please go on.
Yeah, I'll go wherever I need to be.
Azhaam?
Yeah. I'm just
Alright.
like looking around, bewildered.
I go scrap.
Dr. Theriac, should I go?
You have all rights to be nearby. You won't be in the meeting, I would like to reinstate, but
No, I would not expect that.
you do not. This is not an everyday occurrence to be invited into the executive building.
I will go. I think that we should go.
Don't you want to see where Theriac works?
I do. Yes.
I work multiple places. I would like to
Hey.
clarify.
Well, actually, this is a thing which we'll talk about in the meeting, of course. But we have some things which we think are quite exciting, and if you would like, if the boss allows it, then yeah, you can go see the actual workplace of Theriac. The board meetings, I know, is not your favorite place, but
Yes,
Oh, yes.
but hopefully I can do some convincing and have you all come into the actual laboratory. That
That sounds
I work in.
awesome.
Yes.
It'd be exciting, yeah.
Oh, yes, I do want to see that. Okay.
Let's go up to the roost, and we'll lead the group towards the train, which is, I imagine it's more like a monorail. than
yeah,
like
yeah,
a-
that's way
train.
better. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yes. And everybody hops on board. Theriac will like swipe their their work ID
Mm.
to like open the door.
As you do, there's a little doo of a red, like, not allowed in thing. The Paul goes, oop, and then swipes theirs. We had some changes. We'll figure that out. We'll get you sorted with a new pass.
All right.
And as they swipe, the doors open, and you all get on the monorail. And the monorail is like this. You get onto like the first class version of it for the business executives. It's a very different vibe. It's very nice. It's got like nice plush seats and little waters and like sparkling waters on the side, and all of it has like the embossed Wild Times logo on like each cushion going up. The rest of it seems it seems like a mixture of a normal monorail, like a train car, and also kind of has some of the leaves of Wild Times, kind of that like chic bohemian aesthetic. And you take the monorail up to Raven's Roost. The monorail stops. Doors open. You'll get off. And you are in an extremely, like, modern looking, there's like nightclubs and restaurants, and there's like a main street that you can walk down. This although is like a big orb in the sky, it feels like a cool, like, nighttime area. They have like street lamps that light your path, and it's still very bright. They still have like the daytime lights on, but there are street lamps going down. As well as restaurants and gift shops and all those little fun things. There's a collection of hotels. There's signs pointing you toward each of them. Yeah. If y'all are all staying straight on the path.
Path to business.
Path to business. Path to business.
I think we should prioritize that, but I do want to go to the gift shop.
Oh my god, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, but
also,
after-
I don't know if it's all these ads I've been seeing, but I could really go for a Blitzo burger right now. Blitzo burger, anybody? Once we're done here.
Blitzo
I kind
burger.
of-
Get your blitz in a burger. You hear an announcement. That's...
There's a lot of advertising here.
A blitz of flavor.
Guess they gotta pay for the animal food somehow.
That's right. That's right, Momo.
Who's
Momo. Momo is next to you again, and then turns around like, yes, but is fully editing again another immersive experience video.
Free
Your
her.
name is Skye. I promise I know your character's name. This is episode 11 of the Atomless.
It's only happened today.
It's never happened before. I think that's very funny.
It's very funny.
Also, Matt, I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to edit me with my mouth.
No,
directly
keep it in.
not. You will. The world will know your shame. You walk through the buildings. As Azhaam, you bring that up. And Paul's like, that's true. The young lady is very right. We needed money to get things off the ground, and then, when we did, we all put it into new parts of the area, paying staff, paying, people who work here, getting food from other planets, all that jazz. It all feeds for itself. It is quite bright here. I will give it that.
We do have an abundance of solar panel powered operations, which is reducing much of our financial expenditures.
So where's all the extra money going to?
What do you mean?
Well, if if you needed to start up and you've started up and now you're gaining a lot more money, and if you have all forms of energy reduction, why are prices so high? Where's the extra money going to? Where's the profit going to?
We have our money collecting in a pot. For we do have sizable emergency relief if should anything come up regarding cutoffs for different food sources for the animals, if there's problems with our power grids or anything like of that nature. But also, just a larger amount should anything larger than just a simple, few day emergency arise.
Yes, and also we have a lot of our funding goes to a thing which I'll mention in the meeting, which is the Wild Times charity, which is all down to funding animal conservation efforts, not only here but also on other planets. So,
Is a for-profit institution or a non-profit?
well, the charity is non-profit. It's a charity.
That sounds very nice, actually.
Do I need a role to realize that he felt the need to specify that charity was non-profit and not Wild Times as a whole? Is that
No.
something that
No, it's
Yeah.
it's very on the surface. Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to look at animals on an empty stomach. This is very convenient.
Well, yes. If you want food, you can. I can comp your meals as I go with Theriac to have this meeting.
There is a cafe at the in the executive building. Is that correct?
Yes, and it
I
is
don't use the stuff, but
phenomenal. So good.
Ooh, I could go for some caffeine.
It's brilliant. It's really nice.
How is this coffee? I'm betrayed.
Yeah, no, it's you can get whatever you want. Right, come. Take an elevator up, and the ambient sounds of music die out as the lift goes up into the more executive areas, and it opens. As it opens, there is out in front of you an extremely nice area, but it's very corporate, very they don't do so much with furnishings up here because people normally don't get here very often, so there's not that much need. However, there is a cafe and a little restaurant, a little eatery. They kind of have the Google feel. There's a few there's a nap area and then a little employee game zone, but again, it's a very corporatized version of all these things. Right. Have your reign. Don't bother employees, but the four of you can go do whatever. Scrap's like, hell yeah. Because I just remember that Scrap was there. Theriac, would you like to come with me? We'll gather the knights of the round table.
Good luck with the business.
You've got this.
Thank you. Lepore?
Come. You both walk off and go down the way and into a large meeting room. Huge, big not skylight. What's the term for the windows that are floor to ceiling windows that stretch from one end of the wall to the other? Is it skylight?
Windows.
You have floor to ceiling windows all along the side of this whole meeting area that looks out on over the park. There is this really nice oval table and a bunch of these chairs that float slightly off the ground, so you can adjust heights to how you want. I will call the rest. It shouldn't be 5 minutes. They're all in the building, I imagine. Please, boss, go take a seat.
Very well. Sit in one of these very large executive chairs. You know the ones, the super way too tall backs.
Yeah, exactly.
Chairs.
But is it normal sized with Theriac, or is it already oversized and Theriac sitting in it? So it's
Theriac looks immensely small.
Tiny little pea. Tiny bowl of garlic. Time goes on. Not long as Lepore. Lepore doesn't open conversation unless if you speak back to them, but they're on their phone for a lot of it. For a lot of the time as you wait. And a series of people walk in. There is Sir Minsil, who is a Kashathar, who is the classic-looking, the long heads that stretch back, but where their long head ends early. It ends about halfway to the length of the normal Kashathar's heads stretch, and the second half is a clean glass chamber that's filled with water and multicolored fish that are swimming around inside and to the back of their head. They are wearing this very nice white suit as they step in. There is an android who walks in this real nice, about as business casual in a dress that you could pull off android called Feed, Feed, who walks in, and as they do, they look at you and go, hello, Theriac, it's so nice to see you back. It's so nice to have the boss themselves. We were worried about you.
It's quite all right, Feed. I am in tip-top shape.
They take their seat. A Shirin comes in, a what looks like an older, portly gentleman comes in, not looking like a centipede like a lot of other Shirin, but kind of looks like a bit more like a stink bug. Coming in with they have these big pincers, walking in kind of nervously rubbing their hands, and they nod to you and they're like, "Oh, it's nice to see you again," and goes and sits down.
Who is this?
This is Lorik Dorin. So Lorik and then Dorin. Lorik Dorin. And then oh, go on.
What are the I'll ask for pronouns at the end.
Okay. And then the door opens, but from the way you're sitting at the table, you don't see anyone walk in. But after you lift yourself up a little bit, you see Lynn, a little Screepy Deep, in a nice little waistcoated purple jacket. Screepy Deep is like a chihuahua. They look pretty much like a bipedal chihuahua. Who walks in and hops on like, "Oh, hello, Theriac. It's good to see you. Good to see you back. I was looking forward to your arrival. I have heard on the grapevine that you've brought us some exciting new little specimen, which should be very fun to see again. I'm excited to see it."
It's been a minute since we've acquired a new species, so I figured I'd take the first step in introducing the first since the park's opening.
So I will go down from top to bottom with pronouns since you would already know everyone's. Mm-hmm. Actually, before I do this, as the conversation starts, Lepore is like, "Right, so as we all know, Kisak is on holiday, so they're not going to be joining us. Kisak is another Shirin who you know normally is a bit of a workhorse, however is apparently on holiday. They were never keen on any of the animals. They were here to fund the park. So they dislike the animals so much that they did not live on Idun, even as the park was being built. They live in the gateway on the moon. They went back and they would travel back every day. Yes, so they're on holiday, so she's not going to be joining us today.
That's good for them. I'm sure that they take the time off.
Lepore is he, him. Saminsel is she, her. That's the Kashtar with the fish tank replacing the back part of their head. Feed is she, they. Lynn is he, him. Lorik Doran is he, they. And Kisak is she, they as well.
Wonderful.
Right, so I feel like we should start with the elephant in the room, don't you? Theriac, where have you been?
I have been acquiring the specimen.
Yeah.
Some off-world research on that. Unfortunately, the crew that I was traveling with had some other stops to be making, but I tried to come back in as a reasonable time, but I can.
Now, Saminsel says, now, do you not think that it was important for you to tell us? Lynn said that you sent an email, but you sent an email about a week and a half into your disappearance, which...
You would give me one moment. I will pull up their phone and then click a button and it'll screencast. As per this email that I sent, the day before I left, I had put in the time off requested. This was up to 2 weeks.
Right. Well, I didn't receive such email. No, I didn't either. I don't think any of us did receive this email.
You are all listed here as recipients.
Yeah, no, we see that these things happen. Of course, with the way that these things work. Of course. It's like, yes, of course. Next time, you can do what you want. You've worked very hard here. You are the boss after all. Maybe speak to someone in person next time, because of course we've had a lot of email now. I concur with Lynn and Cemental. I didn't receive anything either. And of course, I look and we can all check the emails. I understand that my email is in it, but well, I didn't receive that. But that is fine. You're back now. We've recovered, and we are all back, and that's good. And business can start again.
Correct.
Speaking of, Feed has introduced some things, and then Lynn also will step up and say some things that they have also set up to the park, again, to enact your vision of what the park is. Yes. Well, so we wanted for the gift shop, since we didn't have we for the merchandising rights, what we decided to do was have Lynn reach out to some scientists, and I also did, who came and worked for us, and we have a very exciting project to show you, which I will show you after this meeting. But it should, if everything goes correctly, and of course it's going to, because we know us, the park is going to have a lot of new merchandise, which will be very exciting to see. Lynn has, of course, been doing a lot of good work with rehabilitating animals, as per your training, Theriac. They've done a very good job, and that means that our new cave exhibit has gone on wonderfully, and we've been releasing some animals back into the wild, which is ones that have fully regone their rehabilitation from being injured, and we've done that. We've opened a new hotel, which is on the outskirts of Wild Times, which is more on the ground floor, so people can look and well, rather, we haven't opened, but we've opened the plans to start building this new park, this new hotel. Sorry. So, yes, we have a lot of very exciting things which is happening. I just would like to let you know. Again, Lynn, I'm so sorry. The news that came out, Beck, who was the reporter at the time, who wrote she wrote the initial report on you.
Yes.
She, after writing the report, has visited a few times. We believe that she is still on the premises and asking a lot of questions, but we have threatened her with legal action if she continues to talk to the visitors, disrupting their time in these opening few weeks. Lynn.
Right. Yes. So, yeah, as Feed was saying, I have taken it upon myself to create something that I'll show you, since you know how we work. I'd rather show you than tell you about it. A new thing which will help definitely with merchandising. We've gotten the Aesir board to give us the go-ahead on that, so we're all good with it. Also, Theriac, after you left, we have had to upgrade the AI that runs the park to take on more responsibility now that you weren't here, and I needed to step up into your position. So I do a lot of the biohacking, and Vidar, who is the AI, has taken on a lot of the managerial responsibilities of
Sure.
yes, of the
And that's been running smoothly. That's
yes, no.
Is that why my ID didn't work because it was on the order system?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Theriac, so much for bringing that up. Yes, Theriac's pass didn't work. So, Lynn, if we could get that sorted. Yep, no, that's fine. I'll get that sorted. Okay, brilliant.
Thank you.
I believe that's everything that we've been doing. Catch up on Theriac. Of course, I'm sure you're burning with questions. Do you have anything to ask us?
Well, I have some questions regarding this new exhibit that the new project that Lynn seems to be very excited about regarding merchandising.
Yes.
As far as opening reception, I haven't been able to keep track with a lot of the news as of late. Has that been going well? Is publicity? Obviously, we have the attendance to support the facility, but is public word positive? Are there any?
Yes. No. Absolutely.
I know that Beck had been a bit of a thorn in our side, but has everything else been going rather well?
Everything else is absolutely. It's been going swimmingly. We did have the minor setback, but that seemed it was kind of a no press is bad press situation where a lot more people found out about the park. It was kind of free advertising, and it wasn't the biggest story in the world since you answered the questions pretty wonderfully. I will be honest. But if you do see Beck again, feel free to give the same response, since they are essentially asking the same questions about these stupid hunting zones in the park.
I don't know where on earth she got that idea of hunting zones. There's no plans whatsoever in place of that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just hearsay. We're a new park. We have a lot of people we are, Seminsil, you have, Seminsil's part of Hermoid Tech, and people love to hate big companies, and we are just a new big company, and people are trying to grab whatever they can, you understand. Yes, and you have that, and then there was another question that you had, I believe, with opening reception. Yes, that's all going wonderfully. And there was another one. What was your other question that you asked?
Was there another question?
I believe there was. Fuck, I'm going into Matt zone. There was 2 questions that you asked. One about the opening park, and
I asked about publicity, and
Yep.
I just mentioned that Beck had been a thorn in our side. That's
yes. Okay.
I am. Have there been any major updates as far as the specimens in attendance? Has there been any issues regarding the gardening staff or any of the botany houses that we've implanted? Anything regarding those?
No, it's been going absolutely wonderfully. This Vidar, this new AI, has been doing wonders. I purchased it, and I gave it to Lynn to mess around with, and we implemented it as you were gone. But it's truly been going swimmingly well. They've been sorting out all everyone's timetables, all that, so we can really focus on big pitch stuff. That was it. I do have another thing that I need to tell you. I apologize, I did forget about this. So you have the final line on this, because it's a thing that I want to do, and I think that majority board is willing for, but Bassett, the creative types, they're always like this. Just to get some money rolling and have like a solid state of income, we've been reached out by the Heth advertising board, the old Hefner advertising board, who wants to just have some
minor adverts in the park. They won't be very intrusive. Just the things that they have on every space station. It's only going to be in the gateway, so it's not going to be intrusive at all. Just 1-2 boards saying, join the Ulfhethnar. They can get us some form of safety. We can call upon them in case any big threats come, which, it's the modern day, so none of that will happen, but just in case. And
I know that
we'll get a lot of money in return.
I know that we have a limited staff as regarding, if there are any animal outbreaks, which the glorified security.
Glorified security, yes.
But should there be any serious occurrence, if there was, God forbid, some sort of attack or anything of the like, yes, I think that would be something we should make.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I'll tell them that it's all okay to advertise Heth things here, and that is wonderful. Now, boring stuff aside, are you all done? Are you have any more questions?
I did. On my way through the gateway, there was something regarding the these packs. Was it?
Yes.
The Adventurers pack, Explorers pack. Could you explain that? I think that was implemented well.
It's a way for every hologram from the gateway and every pack that we come across is going. Every animal has very basic pieces of information: what it eats, what habitat it lives in. We thought what a wonderful thing we could do is have these walk-around experiences. You buy a slightly bigger pack. It could be for themed around one animal. It could be themed around all different animals. The basic normal pack comes with a little bit more information about every animal that you come across. However, the big adventurers pack comes with you can walk around. You can learn about all of the animals that exist. You can get a holographed companion, which can attach to your phone, and you can use it to summon it on your phone, which is from Sir Minsel, who implemented that from Hermoid Tech. And possibly most exciting, this is a thing which you can also buy in the gift shop, but it's included in the Adventurers pack. You can get an AI personality for your ship that we thought was really exciting. So you can customize the animal. It tells you all the normal things that most ships AIs do, but it really has that Wild Times brand on it, which is really what we're trying to sell. And it's of course, you don't need these things to get into the park. You can just get your normal ticket, or you can have it with Ship AI, Fast Pass, Animal Companion, all of these exciting new things that honestly have been quite big hits. People are really enjoying them.
Right. I would like to ask you, what sort of facility is this again?
What sort of facility is
Wild Times?
It's a zoo.
Incorrect. On the boards that we passed by, in the gateway, what did it read?
Right. A zoological exhibit.
No. It is a xenoecological, educational facility. Now, I don't need to explain to you that education is, of course, referring to the knowledge that we provide here at Wild Times, yes? So, why, pray tell, are we excluding so much of the information that is required to, in fact, teach the people here about the species, about the environments that they come from, about the environmental destruction that's happening, if there is no supplemental information for them? Why?
There is information.
That is the purpose of
Theriac,
this.
there is information. You can get the basic tickets come with basic information on all of the animals, and you can go to the actual exhibits, look at the walks and the tours and all of that. This is just extra incentive to help with some management things.
I do not understand why this information is not readily available in publicly accessible holographs. This should be available in plaques. We should be having, educators outside giving chats, like I had suggested in some of the meetings prior.
And we
to,
did. We
still have
took that
educators that were
information.
willing.
The Adventurers Pack has talks. You can get a tour guide who will take you around. There are specific guides for these people that get the Adventurers and the Explorers packs.
That should be readily available for all of our visitors. I understand we've already sold some. That's fine. However, this is an educational xeno-ecological facility. Not a zoo, not a theme park. I understand that we have merchandise in order to, and specific guided experiences to supplement our monetary expenditures and to feed the animals that house them and to pay our staff. I understand that. But we cannot forget that this is for the purpose of teaching people. Is that clear?
You're the boss. Fine. We'll have a talk. I'll speak with Bassett, and we'll get a dialogue going with this new thing. Okay?
I would like to reinstate. This is not the first time this has happened. I am willing to approach Mr. Wilde himself should this get out of hand again. Is that clear?
You can
He
speak
has
to
put a lot of faith and trust into this venture.
Okay. Sure. You are the boss. Shall we go see this new merchandising idea that we have?
I would be glad to, yes.
And as we get up and leave, that's where we're going to take our break for a little bit.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
No, break sounds good.
Break sounds good. Thank you all so bloody old much for hanging out. We're going to have a 10-minute break. I think we're beautiful players. Go have a try. Go get some water. Go get some snacks as we got the second half of our little World Times adventure going on. See you gamers in 10 minutes. Yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Bye.
Gamers!
Ah!
Do. Hi there, gang. When we left off, we had arrived at Wild Times! We're in the place. We're in the whole place. We've arrived at Wild Times. Dylan has merch already. We Theriac sat at a board meeting with the board, who are a group of people, and a group of people that run the park. And then there was there's like a new merchandising opportunity that they seem very excited about. And they were just about to go show Theriac what it is. However, whilst this meeting is going on, what are the other rest of the I will say 4 of you, because Scrap is there looking like exceedingly bored. Like Scrap is so like twiddling his thumbs in like a fucking Hawaiian shirt, looking a bit like a Ace Ventura if Ace Ventura was a rat on a chair. But what were the three you're doing?
I want to have a space coffee in my hand, speaking to the closest people I can find in suits and being like, so anyway, that's when I raised the stocks up to 15% and I said, buy, you know?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm not a stocks person, but that does seem like a good thing that stocks people will do.
Oh, yeah, we do it all the time.
Yes. You seem very accomplished. How old are you?
30?
They look so good for their age, don't they, Doreen? Aye, they
Yeah,
do.
it's
They
the
look very
skincare
good for
routine.
your age. I don't know why there's 2 grannies in this fucking...
What the fuck works here?
Isn't she just
Isn't she just the most...
They work as secretaries, you know?
They work as secretaries, that's true. It's just the secretary is sitting down.
The grandson is a big, important person in Wild Times. They thought they wanted to be close to the grandson. So
Yes,
they're married, obviously.
Of course, yeah. Yes, well, our grandson is... is really high up in the company. He's a good lad. He's you know, he's gonna be the owner of Wild Times one day, he told me. And, hey, maybe you could put in a good word for him.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of people up top that I can rub elbows with.
You are
You got
muted,
it.
but Andre, I can see you screaming into the microphone. I don't know if that...
I believe that was several curse words and also maybe a why God why?
Yeah.
You should tell him to take a number, though, because that Dr. Theriac, God, running the place so good.
What a smart little bulb. Hey,
What a smart little bulb.
They've done all this. They've made the whole park all outside. I've seen the animals. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the original character voices I was doing. They're just old ladies now.
What
one of them
a
was gonna be
truly
Irish.
educational facility.
Right. Zoological. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Business.
A lot of words.
That's all Skye's doing.
Um,
I want to walk around. I also want to get a space coffee, and then I want to look around this place. I know, because I've been in fancy offices before. And I want to see if Dr. Theriac has any accolades, like, hung up around. I want to see if I can find any, like, you know, just plaques or honorifics or things that
you do actually in a hallway, out of view of some of the other people with the offices are turned to the other way. There's like a picture. It has all of the board and Theriac in the center, looking very proud as there is there's a construction of Wild Times behind them, and there is this like translucent purple tentacled like lion type creature in front of Theriac, and Theriac has their hand on the lion in a very like it's a very peaceful like the little lion is sat looking at the camera, and the rest of the board is behind Theriac, all looking very proud, and it has a small plaque on the frame that says, "Moving Subject 1 into their new home. The first person to move into Wild Times."
Skye! Azhaam! Scrap! Come look!
Oh,
That's
go
our
look.
doctor! Right there!
Oh, whoa! That's such a big picture. That's so
I
important.
know.
Good lord.
So is that what the mascot's based off of?
Oh,
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of look like that. Can I get a picture?
Of the picture? Yeah. Get it.
Yes, of course.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah,
This is so exciting.
wow. You know, they always said that the co-founder of Wild Times, but it doesn't really hit until we're here, does it?
Yeah,
We have
feels
been-
real.
We've been flying with royalty almost.
Yeah.
A very, very dedicated scientist. And
Really someone very rich.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
that's
I know.
funny. I didn't get that impression. But no, just
That creature that Theriac's got their hand on, that I'm surprised. That looks like they'd be pretty vicious, you know? But they
does
seem
look like
pretty
that.
domestic.
I don't know what Theriac's thing is, but isn't that like the point of here? Is weird animals that are like trained really well or something? Isn't that what Theriac's little shooters do? Little bolts or whatever they...
no, I don't think that that's Dr. Theriac's message at all. I think it's educating people on the creatures that naturally exist in the world, and also maybe preserving nature and life so that it doesn't go
Well,
out.
They also did say they're like a natural hacker or something.
Yeah,
so
something.
I think they did mention that they do
Biohacker, yeah.
something.
Right.
Biohacker. I think they did mention that they do something to make the animals less aggressive. But what better way to learn about animals that you wouldn't normally be able to get up close and personal with than the ability to get up close and personal with them?
Oh,
You're right, you're right.
right.
EPUBs exist. You could just open up a document and read about them.
That's
It's not the same.
And quite frankly, that's not very accessible to me. I can't understand any of those papers for the life
They
of
have
me.
documentaries. You can watch them on your. Never mind. I'm just gonna sit here.
Well,
Well,
when they come
whoever they
back-
are, they make a damn good park. I wanna go on rides really bad.
Dude, I want to go on rides.
oh my gosh. Oh, we can actually go on the rides here. We were at a park and we could.
Yeah, we couldn't get on the rides.
I never really.
Yeah, it wasn't
never-
really the same.
Mm-mm.
I mean, how long is Theriac going to be in this meeting? Do you think according to my experience app, the line for I'm trying to think of a ride name. The line for Raven and Roarin is
Nice,
only,
hell yeah.
is only 5 minutes, and it's not too far from here.
Oh, well, should we
I
go
mean, we
too
could do,
far?
but then we have to catch the monorail back down though, because we're in Raven's Roost, so we'd have to go back
Okay,
down
well, it's
and
good
all
thing
that.
we got a week.
We do.
Why don't
We have a
you-
week. Go on.
Why don't you all have
Like-
some fun if you want to? I'll wait here for Theriac. It's fine.
I don't want to get split up. I don't want to split up.
I don't.
Bad things happen whenever we split up.
Yeah,
Don't want to do it.
We're at a-
I'd rather
we're at a
not.
Park. We're not in the midst of a look at the grannies. Trouble. It's just a little park. What's
I
the
don't
worst
know.
that could happen?
What's his face acted real weird when I was like, "Have you guys accepted money from the void?" So I don't want to take any
Skye,
chances with that.
you're a teenager asking a board member if they've accepted like drug money. Essentially, I think it was a fair.
Yeah,
a fair
and
thing
no
that it was
is
suspect.
one syllable and could have ended the conversation. Is all I'm saying.
Here's the thing about people like that. You know what I mean? They're always considering bottom lines. They're always thinking what's the right answer, not what the actual answer is. I mean, look at. So I asked, is this place for profit? You know what they said? Charity's non-profit.
Right.
You see what
Oh.
they did?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this place is
Exactly.
an absolute fucking nightmare and is dreadful, and literally every single piece of it is sucking the money out of people that work really hard for it. Hi there, employee, you can keep going. But and Theriac is surrounded by yes men and bloodsuckers. But I do believe in Theriac. We haven't known him for very long, but they seem like a good person to me.
What's a bloodsucker? Wouldn't that hurt?
They have the right thing in mind here, and it seems like the charity effort is actually quite noble. They're not just conserving life here on this planet, but other planets too.
And also,
That's true. Something tells me it's probably for tax reasons, but that's how most companies work. Who knows? If Theriac set this up, then maybe it's just fine.
and also, this place probably makes like 3 times as much money as any non-for-profit. So, is it really non-for-profit if they're making 3 times the profit?
Well, I don't know what they're.
Plus, you can excuse spending money as a non-for-profit if you're like, well, it's for the bonus of, So you could get away with, like, buying a house owned by a non-for-profit if you really want to.
Everyone, Theriac's not even here right now.
I'm not. Theriac and I have already had
No, I think Theriac's great.
It's what I'm trying to say is, it's a park. Go have fun.
And we will. Soon as Theriac comes back and we can all go together.
Hey,
Yeah.
but real quick, just small thing. You taking the picture is like the cutest thing. I kind of want the picture. Do you think we can lift this? It's not big.
Scrap, this is Theriac's place of business. We are not going to do anything to dishonor their
You're right.
role.
Where
When you're right, you're right. Theriac, like, now, as that final thing, the doors open, which is, like, just down the hall, and then Theriac comes into the general area. Go on.
I see the Scrap as Theriac walks toward us. Just ask Theriac if they have a copy. You can have one for your ship. It'll just be a copy. It's fine.
What's that?
We found
Hey.
Okay, everyone's talking at the same time. One moment, please. Theriac, we think you look very cute in that photograph. We'd like a copy if possible for Scrap. Yeah.
The patchwork.
Second,
Yeah.
we can't... Yeah, for Scrap's ship, the Patchwork, where I'm sure it will end up in a common area. Also, some of us want to go have fun. And we were waiting for you so we could all do it together. That covers it, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I kind of like this picture of the picture I got because it's got all of us in it.
Right.
That's
like a
true.
weird family photo.
Oh, you already. Oh. Very good.
Well, we should take as many pictures as we can, because
No.
Theriac's not coming with us.
Right.
Well, right, but you can. I know you're not coming back to the Patchwork with us, but you can spend some time with us.
I am going back to work.
Oh.
Okay.
I can guide you around the facility, but that won't be any rides.
All right.
Well, there's
If
a
you,
lot.
if you all want to ride the rides, then you're more than welcome to do so.
How about you show us your laboratory first, and then we'll get the rides on our own time. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right. Well,
A little
me.
Theriac,
Argue.
as you have this little conversation, a little chihuahua-looking humanoid in this purple little waistcoat, like, kind of sidles up. Hello, everyone. Theriac's friends. I'm not gonna bother you. Feel free to keep talking, but if you want a tour of the...
Everyone, Lynn, this is members of the Patchwork crew. This is Tulin Madolin. This is my lab assistant and another board member.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Ah, and with you too, my fair maiden.
Hi, Lynn.
Vomit.
I'll take it.
Gang,
it's just
I don't know where that came from. I just did the voice, and it just came out.
I thought they were like a total
Absolutely.
nerd.
You have to. All Azhaam was going to say is that he doesn't understand that because trade language is a language he speaks, but it's not his first language.
Not the first
And why would
language, yeah.
anyone translate fair maiden into Ifrit?
Yeah.
Like how
So what the
people
fuck
said
does that mean?
hot babe, but like hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of.
Well, it's more. I
So
didn't
the
mean
dead
anything
woman.
by it. It's just like it was a. Anyway, I don't
Why
want to
would
get
you
into
be
it.
calling Skye a dead woman? She's no hundreds of years old.
I feel like we can explain this to you later.
There's a yeah. Well, so we have a new. I understand that you all want to go through the labs, which is a very exclusive tour. Only adventurers, only adventurer packs get through. But we'll have the VIP tour, of course, where we can just walk in because Theriac, Theriac and myself run the science wing, and we have a very exciting little thing to show you, Theriac, which we will do. We'll do with everyone.
Very excited.
How exciting.
You've been doing, from what I hear, you've been doing very hard work maintaining the laboratory and all the other expenditures for for maintaining the specimens and doing routine cleaning and hygienic procedures.
Yep, absolutely. I've been doing everything that you've taught me, and now I've taken on the mantle as you went off gallivanting. So don't you worry, everything has been in very safe hands.
Can I do a sense motive check? I want to. This person is giving me. I may not be happy about my lot in life vibes, and I just want to make sure I'm correct.
Yeah, sure. Give that roll of sense motive.
Well, it's already a 24, but let's roll that expertise die and see what happens. 26.
They like are happy with what they've gotten, but they are happy being in charge. They are the top of their thing. They're like you can sense that Lynn does like Theriac as they see Theriac as a mentor, but now it's a mentor who they're like feeling like kind of outgrowing and can do things on my own.
I'm not doing any of this Game of Thrones Littlefinger shit. Not today.
Not today, but we can start our little
Later.
yeah. Right. Would we like to go to the science facility?
Yeah!
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get her going.
Wait, hold on. You have a fanny pack?
I do.
Good. Let's go.
Okay. Doopy-doopy-doo. You leave Raven's Roost fully. You go down, you walk back through the little mall section, and you get on the monorail, and the monorail takes you back to the entrance, and you kind of take like a few side streets. Lynn like swipes their card on a few doors that need it, and you walk through, and you walk underground, and you keep going, and things get more sterile. The colors go, the leaves are no longer present. As you get to a door, the small glass plane that I think only Azhaam can see over, and they turn to you. Well, so this is the behind the scenes. This isn't anything that the public could go to, just us. This is how our scientists get in and out. This facility opens the door to a huge area. It's massive. There are cages like lining all the walls, and there are like tens and tens and tens of scientists who are tending to these creatures. Some of them are like let out and are like playing in a big like recreational area, but there are also a series of like minor guards that all have the little injector that Theriac has, who are standing and just watching things go as scientists jot things down. There is a large like this like very heavy atmosphere of like pseudo tension and scientific learning as people are jotting things down on pieces of paper, but also a lot of these animals that you can see is like as soon as you like look out, these are not the animals that are free to be on top. They are like spikier, more aggressive. Some of them are like lunging slightly at scientists as they like back up, and they kind of talk them down, and they have food and are writing more things down on paper. A lot of the ones that are like playing in this recreational zones seem to be extremely well trained. There are scientists with little clickers that as they click, that these little creatures run around. Everything from birds to big bear-like creatures to like tiny little squirrels that seem to be entirely made up of these like knife spikes are all present and all running around. Well, this is the facility. It runs almost the entire way through the park. We have certain chambers for when animals need to come in for veterinary services. They get brought from their specific area on top to a little recreational area where we can study them. Of course, this is also the training area for the new creatures that we have in the park, or planning on putting in the park. So some of these are a little dangerous, so maybe like don't go too near any creatures. The cages are a lot of animals that are no longer conscious because we just knocked them out and we put them in cages, and all of them are sizable for each individual creature. They're just being prepped for us to do some biohacking on it. But I'm sure Theriac can walk you through. Theriac, would you like to explain what we do here?
Surely. So biohacking sounds like a very intense sort of process, and it's really not. Basically, what we are doing is we are going into we are providing an injection to an individual specimen that has a chemical formula that will modify the alleles within any given organism's genetic sequencing, specifically targeting behaviors and for some of them certain features that may be more aggressive, so that they can reside in a facility like this without being constantly on the verge of an attack or experiencing a high level of stress besides what they might experience in their natural habitat. We, of course, are trying to emulate the natural habitats that they exist in already, but understanding that these are much smaller spaces than some of the territories that they might experience in their natural abodes, we want to make sure that they are properly compensated for this captive experience that they are going through. If you look up, yes, Skye?
Hey, I got a loaded question. So when we were hanging out on top of the patchwork, and you were like, it's my religious belief that all people have to
I
have...
asked that all personal questions be put until...
It's not a personal question. I have a point. And you said that all people have to have like solids and gases and airs and blah, 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 blah. Do you take out specifically like one of those from the animals, or... Because I was thinking it's like, oh, like the solid part of me is like stubborn and like opinionated and
No.
stuff, and like the airy part is like more flowy and stuff. So like, if one of the animals had those, which part did you take out?
Skye, that is a metaphor. That's not literal.
Wait, hold on. I gotta ask, is the kind of like the zodiac of this world based upon the 4 states of matter?
That's an interesting thing. I don't think it's exclusively based on that, but there are certain people that probably follow some form of something like that. I would think that almost each planet has like kind of a different zodiac, considering that they like, you know, that's the positioning of the stars and all the constellations and things, and then and that is like enrooted itself so much in culture that when eventually those people went to the stars, they spread that, and it's like, oh well, Idunian's zodiac is this stuff, and like Saga's zodiac is this, and things like that. But there might be like some people who, you know, I'm way more of a gas.
What's your state?
What's your state?
Right? That's a cool part of this world. I want that.
No, it's interesting.
I do have a question. If it's okay.
Yes, I.
So, you alter these creatures, most of them to take out behaviors that are more aggressive and potentially dangerous. Do you ever?
I would like to clarify. We are not removing these behaviors. We are reducing the likelihood that these are
You're
expressed.
inhibiting them.
Right.
It is an
So-
inhibitor.
Can
Yes, yeah.
you do the opposite? Do you ever?
I mean, it's
Amplify?
entirely theoretical, but
So, like, if a creature is super cuddly, you can, like, amp up the cuddliness?
Yes, that I would suppose that would be a booster rather than an inhibitor. But
But hold on. Is it really accurate education, so to speak, if people observe these creatures in a concealed habitat where they've been inhibited to be less like their natural selves? Is that accurate education, or is that, you know, a sacrifice that needs to be made?
well,
I'm sure.
I apologize, Theriac. You're very welcome to take this, but
no,
the way
please,
I see it,
I will add after you.
the way I see it is we are offering people the chance to get up close and personal and really study these creatures, whilst telling them in their normal habitat these will be very dangerous things. These are creatures that I would never be able to look at these creatures in their natural habitat. A lot of these would eat me entirely alive. We have almost entire living islands which are walking around up top. Those are some of the most dangerous things that a lot of people don't see, and we are giving them the chance to learn physically next to these things. It's all well and good picking up a documentary or just trying to learn these things in school. It's an entirely different experience being up close and seeing how the tendrils move and what the acid that's in them like smells like. What is their breath inhabit? Is it a carnivorous thing? Yeah, I could watch it eat something, but smelling it, you could learn its diet. You can learn what is the acid that pours from the tongue of this creature, the same acid that helps this other creature get up in the air with its little jet stream. Although it isn't entirely the same, the point of here is education, and a lot of people like it. This, you know, getting up close and personal. I'm not gonna put a child next to something that could spit acid in his face. Instead, we make sure it can't spit acid, and it wants to be, you know, it doesn't view the child as something aggressive.
Wouldn't you use animatronics and scent manufacturing capability to simulate, that's it, right? Simulate this experience instead of, you know, actually using real creatures?
We had discussed at an earlier point of development using animatronics, but the ideas behind what the animatronics were for were, I believe, very antithetical to the purpose of the park. The purpose of this park is to show the populace what these things are. Most of these creatures that you are seeing, both here behind the scenes as well as out in the grounds, are lots of them. Many people don't even know they exist. They've never seen them before. These are real, actual living creatures. And not only that, they are ambassadors to the species that are actually threatened beyond the hub that we've built here at Wild Times. They're more out there, further in the jungle. They're more in the ocean, just beyond the beach, not far from the hotel. As well as other species that we've brought in from other planets from the Asia system. So, the idea of an animatronic to, act on loop and give a very a sterilized sort of, quite literally manufactured experience is against the ethos of Wild Times itself. We pride ourselves on making sure that people have the chance to witness these real species without fear of bodily threat.
Could you argue that, by biohacking them, you're in a sense making biologically manufacturing their behavior to some extent? Actually, you know what? This is probably good for like a coffee conversation later on. Actually, Theriac, can I hold you back for a split moment?
I believe we have some more of the tour to get through.
Please.
Which of these animals can I touch?
Well, I could take the three of you to go see some of some other things that we have made. Theriac, are you okay?
We'll be right back.
I can discuss with Azhaam.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. Great. Sure. Come with me, you three.
All right. Okay, but which of these animals?
Be with you soon.
Sorry about all that. With all this lab equipment, I have to ask: do you intend to do anything with, Crystal here?
Well, regarding that, I'm hoping to take it to the lab and do some more analytical observations with higher tech than I have in my personal laboratory that I bring with me. But as far as biohacking it, I'm not even sure that's necessarily even possible. I mean, we're talking about a crystal, right? We're not even sure if there's organic matter to speak of, though there seems to be signs of a biome, or that this is an organism of some kind. So.
I have a lot of cultural knowledge, I'll admit. This crystal is beyond my ken. What I'm asking is, what do you need to make that possible for you? Do you want me to... Would you need us to come back after dark? Or whatever the equivalent on this planet is? Do you want us to wait until everyone is gone? Right now, I get a crystal, and I'm assuming we want to reduce the amount of people interacting and or knowing about it as possible. That's why I held you back. I am sorry about that.
I understand that you have a lot of questions and you want to make sure that this is going well, but just make sure that the crystal is in my hands before you all go off and go towards the rides and amusement park areas.
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit too old for rides.
I'm not certain you would be allowed within the deeper areas of the laboratory where my office is primarily set up. This is a very publicly accessible, walkable area versus...
I can find other things to do. I just want to know how I can help you beyond just handing you a crystal and walking away.
Just try not to be too auspicious, and I think that would be of great benefits.
Just stop asking inane questions about biohacking.
That would be a help.
All right. That's fine. Might as well join Goes. Come on.
And we move back to Scrap, Ike, Skye, and Lynn. Lynn is showing you, I've like taken you into another like slightly smaller holding area, but the animals here are just like freely moving about. Yeah, so these guys are ready to we early on in like my career, after I started getting more of the responsibility from Theriac, I tried to see what I could do when it came to biohacking and how far I could push it. I didn't get very far. Theriac's far greater than I am at this. But these are some of the things that I have managed to biohack. This is one of my slightly less successful experiments when it comes to advanced biohacking. There's a tiny little raccoon with a broom in its hand who just walks around. Is like as Lynn points them out, they turn to you and go, "I'm just a little guy," and then keeps on sweeping. As they're just like, "I'm just a little guy." Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all he does is sweep and say, "I'm just a little guy." So I kind of messed it up. I tried to give him like, I was wondering if we could make it so that some of the animals like become staff members. That's about as far as I got.
Perfect. I think that's remarkable. That's
not
animal's
really. He's been
fine.
sweeping that one patch for. Keep moving into Scrap. Not really. He keeps moving into that, sweeping that one patch for about 2 weeks now. He's really not very good at either sweeping or talking. But
Could you just scoot him? Could you scoot him along? Like
I could, but then I would be cleaning up like a Roomba on very low battery. I guess I could just
I
push
get
them
scooting
along.
the raccoon around the building.
I'm just a little guy.
You're doing great. You're doing so well.
Oh, yeah, that's sort of mine. Oh, hey. And then the two of you approach.
Hello. Oh, these are yours. I remember.
Yeah, this is my, these are mine. Some of them are ready to go up and be full exhibits. It's quite exciting.
Very
This
good.
place is so dope.
What was that?
This place is so dope.
It's very cool.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Where did the broom come from?
Oh, that guy? Yeah. That's just a spare broom that we gave him. We couldn't give them like a normal one, so we just like this one did it like we needed a bunch of new stuff, so we just cut the broom in half and gave him like the bottom half of the broom. He seems to like it though. Doesn't really have opposable thumbs, is still very much a raccoon. Just a normal earth-based raccoon. Just a little guy.
Was the capability of speech unlocked via the? Never mind.
It's done with Feed and I have been working very closely with Feed, yeah, with things that we could do with the park, and she has she's an android, so she has a voice box which is manufactured. I thought that I could put a voice box in an animal, maybe it could give some of its cognitive thought. I might have biohacked too much.
Lynn, no. This is an animal, not a toy. You can find those at the gift shop.
But it could have been more. There's a point when, what if you could talk to the animals and they could give you information back to you?
Lynn? No. This is not a toy. This is an organism.
We should be showing you over to the new exhibit we have.
or the new merchandising idea.
Yes, Skye?
I don't mean to have an opinion or weigh in on this by any means, but I mean, hypothetically, what if an animal could be like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, I don't like this food. You need to be giving me space bamboo," or something, and you could better care for the animals if they were able to communicate their needs directly to you.
See, that's what the point is people could learn by observation, but imagine learning by first hand.
Here. I will not. No more questions until we get to the next area. We'll lead them.
You all walk off. Alright, the merchandising idea isn't here, but it's just a little way on. We can take one of the cars.
Sure.
And then gets in a little car. You all hop in. Drives off, goes upstairs and back into like the open area of Wild Times, the actual area of Wild Times, and goes to an area that, as the park is like stripped away, it seems. Can I get some music? Give me 1 sec, as I fucking find what I'm bloody looking for. The park starts getting stripped away as you go more into the wilderness. The trees start coming back in big ways. Everything seems like a bit more a bit more wild. You have to go on a dirt road. Lynn turns off. So this is a little further away. It's a thing that we need a big open area for some of the subjects, and then we need a more it's an area where we are more free to experiment with this new thing, because it's still an idea that we're batting around. There's still some kinks that we need to work out of it, but here we go. It's here. The car drives up and stops. There is this large dome that stops at it's a dome that drops off like half a sphere that's in the ground. This shimmering blue shield over one half of it, and on the inside you can see that there is computers and a desk, and outside are these animals that are getting led to in front of this this dome. They're getting led to like the front of the break of the semicircle. Yeah, so commented, it's probably better to show you what we're doing and what we're planning on doing. They walk in. There's a few scientists. There's like 2 people who are working at the desk. They're like, "Hey guys, yeah, y'all gonna take 5. We're just gonna show Theriac and friends the new thing that we have. So, these animals are beautiful that we have here on Idun. They are cool and creative, and they are exciting to be around. But there are 2 main problems. For us, sometimes we need things we need to be a little more up close to them to see what's wrong with them. Maybe they have an ailment that we don't quite understand. Maybe they're too small to properly view. And the other thing is merchandising. These things are great, but they're too big, and you can't really take them home. There is this large lizard which is hanging out in front of the thing, this half dome. So, what we've done is they click a button, and this small laser shoots out, and then the animal shrinks in front of you all to tiny size, like palm size, from this hulking 6-foot lizard creature down to this itty-bitty little palm-sized one. You can take the animals home with you to watch and look and experiment with, and that is, that's such. It was such a great thing for that we all thought of together, because what is better than being able to take the wonder of wild times home, and if it if we need to maybe do surgery on a creature, or if we need to learn more about a thing but it's just too small, we can do this. They turn a knob and they push another button, and the creature grows back and grows past the 6 foot that it was before, all the way to like this large 12-foot beast. We can get up closer and we can figure it out. We can yes, young lady.
What's stopping you guys from having a really terrible kaiju fight situation by mistake?
Well, this machine only works with one of the board so far, so Theriac can also work it, and as can the board, and it stops after a certain height, because animals that are not used to, their bodies aren't used to the size and the gravitational weight. After a certain point, they die. And there's also creatures that are too big that we can't make grow small.
I'm sorry. Did you say people can bring them home?
Yeah.
To do
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
experiments on?
Not experiments, no. But it's like if we, one of the board, one of the higher up scientists, needed to experiment on a thing, experiment on a creature, but it's too dangerous to take with them, just them on their own, then of course we can supply that. But these things are just meant just to take home and have as a pet. Have it on your desk. It'll be have it on a ship. You can have a ship's pet. It doesn't need to eat as much.
I just quietly looking at Dr. Theriac.
Speaking of food, I feel like I am hungry. Let's stop bothering nice Dr. Theriac and our friend Lynn and go get something to eat. Yeah, everyone?
Everyone, say thank you to Dr. Lin for the demonstration.
Thank you, Dr. Lin.
Thank
It's an
you.
honor.
Yes.
Yes.
Around the corner, you'll find some Blitzburgers.
Oh, hell yeah.
You wanted one of those, Skye.
Yeah, dope.
So
Oh,
I'll meet with you
hold-
in a minute.
do you mind if I borrow your pack? We left Theriac's things in there. We might as well give it to him now.
Yes, I will take your pack.
right now?
Yes, please. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
All right. Okay. She'll take it off and give it directly to Theriac.
Thank you. Run on. Those burgers
All
aren't
right.
going to eat themselves, are they?
Milkshakes. I've always wanted to have a milkshake before.
Yes, go. Enjoy your milkshakes. As soon as they leave. What on the cultivator's green gardens is this?
we are doing what
You are trying to merchandise the organisms, the specimens?
Is that not what
you realize
is that not what you were doing?
Running,
Look at
you
the
are
park.
you are running an I would like to remind you, an illegal pet trade. That is what this is. Do not get your lines mixed up, Lynn. You are taking these organisms and you are selling them to the public. What part of that upholds the tenet of conservation around, like throughout the Asia system? Explain that to me. What part of selling organisms is part of conservation?
This is so we can help improve conservation efforts. We can have these. We can have a slug. We can have a slug grow 50 times its size and understand how it works. To understand how it works.
That is for the purposes of our research facility and for our veterinary clinics, so that we can better treat the animals here. There is no reason this should be in the hands of the public.
It's not in the hands of the public, but
you are selling these creatures made by these devices to the public.
Yes, like people have dogs, people have cats. It's all it's.
These are not dogs. These are not cats. These are wild beasts.
Not after you've dealt with them. Then they're passive. They don't know how to think anymore. They're nothing. You put things in their head and then you stop them understanding what it. We've had carnivorous. We've had carnivorous creatures here after your experiments, not being able to eat meat. Their teeth start to wind down.
I have told you of the risks of biohacking. That was explicitly stated when you took this line of work.
This is a thing. Biohacking, as we know it, is basically it's a thing that you have made. And Theriac, you are a genius beyond things that any of us know. But you are so stringent on the rules and your religious beliefs that you haven't experimented. You haven't seen how far we can take this. We can take it so much further.
I know where I want to take this. I have my own plans in place, Lynn.
Well, it's a good thing you're not the only owner. There's a board. We agreed on this collectively. We got sign-off from the Asia board because they are no longer violent. These creatures on Idun, which was essentially completely uninhabited before we started doing this.
Inhabited by wild creatures. Do you understand that the point of Wild Ties was to signal to everyone that the conservation of natural spaces like the one we had on Idun before all of the development happened was for the purpose of conserving that area. That's the point, is to educate people about the risks that these creatures are going through.
Well, then we don't sell. We don't.
What do you want to sell? Why?
To make money to keep this park going. This park doesn't work on just belief and hope. It works on funding.
Works on food and water and shelter, like every other organism does. Lynn, you have to understand, this is against the very foundation of Wild Times.
Sometimes foundations need to change for something to grow. Do you ever think that your foundations just don't fit anymore?
I do. And my projects I will be working on will do just that.
I can't reveal it to you yet. It's still in the process of being developed. But I promise you, it will be better than trying to sell animals, wild animals, to our guests.
They are not wild anymore.
They are wild creatures. Us taking away the dangerous aspects of them, of those behaviors. That's what it started out as. It was just the behaviors that were dangerous. Don't think I haven't seen some of the other specimens that have been on display with the knife squirrel. I saw that, and it went from a standard blade to rounded edges like a butter knife. That they use that feature to crack open their food sources. You are actively This is. I think, perhaps, maybe we should do a little bit of restructuring as far as what we've been doing.
I think maybe all of us need to talk. Reconvene with
Who is all of us?
the board
The
of people
board,
who run
because
the
board
park.
is only interested in money. I know this about them. That's all they've been gunning for since we have begun this project.
Well, that's how we can that's how we started the project. That's how we do it. We continue to
We started the project with an idea. And with resources.
Theriac, how was that idea funded? You came here to work for Wild Times when it was just a series of resorts.
I made Wild Times.
Your job when you came here was just to kill some animals, and you ended up biohacking them and then making money off them. I don't know how this is any different. I'm also making money off the animals just like you were. That's just like you still are.
It's not about money. There's a greater purpose beyond just money. I intend to make this place as perfect as I can. And I'm not going to let some grubby little executives stick their oily fingers in my project like this. I won't. We are not doing this. This is equipment only meant for the veterinarian clinic. And merchandising needs to calm.
We'll stop the merchandising and the expansions for now. We will have a conversation about what the plan is. We have other sources of money coming in and things that we can use for now.
I have conceded so many times for this project. When will you all concede to me?
I think we need to have a meeting. Another one.
I'm going to go back to my lab. Do some work. If you wish to continue showing the other members of the patchwork around, you're more than welcome. Please let them know that I will be in my lab. working, and that I will meet them wherever they end up going.
Okay. I will do that. You have a nice time back at the lab. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Lynn leaves sheepishly. The two scientists that were at the desk left a while ago. They bounced as soon as everything started getting heated.
Theriac is going to go over to the machine and turn the lizard and what was the other thing?
It was just the lizard.
It was just the lizard?
Yeah.
Turn the lizard back to its normal size.
It shrinks. It's still in a like a containment bubble, but is its normal size now.
All right. They still don't understand. They still don't get it. We'll pull open the little fanny pack crystals in there.
Yep.
All right. Let's go get you looked at. We'll go to the lab.
Nice. The rest of you, is there anything that you would like to do? You all go down the like side alley. You're driven by just one of the members of staff, and they get you to just a little chain restaurant eatery.
Well, the vibes in there were certainly interesting, weren't they?
I mean, I guess it felt a little tense, but well, it seemed fine up until, well, I guess right before we left. Did...
Yeah.
Did Theriac ask you to do that?
Yes, I asked them how I could best help them with their answers for the crystal. They said, just before you go, make sure I have it in my hands. So...
Maybe working on the crystal will cheer Theriac up a bit.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure they're perfectly fine right now.
Well, they seemed a little upset.
Well,
it's a difficult thing knowing that something you created has changed.
Right.
Give him time to come to terms with it. And after a bit, they'll decide how they want to feel and what they want to do in the future.
Well, I think that Theriac knows quite well what they wanted from this place. It just seems like it's not quite what I imagined, just based on what they've said. So, I'm sure that that's a little upsetting.
Well, yeah, of course it is, but scope changes as time goes on. Nothing stays exactly the way you want it. And I think Theriac is learning that right now, coming to terms with it. And whether they argue change it back or, try to reconcile with what's changed, that's a future thing. And it's not something we can decide for.
No, that is not at all what I would want to do.
You hope they're okay?
I am actually feeling a little worried about them. But also, that's all. Yeah.
You think there's anything we can do? Could write like a really bad review.
I don't think that would help them. Their names attached to this place.
It's true, but I could be really specific, like, too much advertising, didn't learn enough.
Everyone but Dr. Theriac was trash. That would be kind of fun, actually. I don't know. I mean, they did say they'd be along after us, right? So we can just ask them what they...
Well, Theriac's got a lot of work to get done. They told me that we should have fun while we're here, while they get work done.
There's a clattering as Scrap puts a tray down with like a bunch of burgers and meals for everyone. This place is fucking expensive. So
you can eat all that?
This is for everyone. I ordered food for all the table.
Oh, Scrap. That's
yeah,
very
I'm not gonna
nice.
eat the whole thing. So how is everyone doing? Sorry, I cut you off. I noticed you were about to say something.
No, I'm good.
Just a little awkward now, I think.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him.
Hey, everyone. Let's wait until next time we hear from Theriac before we jump to any more conclusions. And yeah, I'm worried too, but they'll confront it when they're ready to. They'll talk to us then. Until then, eat.
They're like the
We've got
smartest
burgers.
person I've ever met, and I'm a people person. I meet loads of people, and Theriac is like the smartest one of like all of them. Next,
You know, people at the junkyard.
I didn't live my whole life in a junkyard. I've met people. I was quite the socialite when I was younger, I'll have you know.
I can imagine that. I bet you'd look great in a suit.
Yes, I did. Before my metal me, I look better. I look better now in this. Look at this. You don't like my look? It's got a nice flowery shirt and everything.
I'm just curious. Were you a spy? Were you a secret agent? Were you a company man?
Definitely wasn't a company man. I've my fingers are in every pie. I had so many pies with my fingers in. I've done all sorts.
Oh, were you a chef?
I have been. Not a good one. Pod wash.
Can I text Theriac?
Yeah.
Gonna say, whoa, that was pretty gnarly. I'm here if you need me for anything. I think Wild Times is dope. Delete that. Here if you need me, period. Send.
Theriac, you get a on your phone.
I think just as they're opening the door to their lab. Skye. I appreciate the sentiment. I am managing okay. I am currently in the midst of conducting some research. I will convene with you and the rest of the crew of the Patchwork when I am done. Please enjoy yourselves while you're here. I would hate to be impeding you from having a good time here at the facility. Best regards, Theriac. Send.
Guys, I'm real sad that Theriac probably isn't going to hang out with us anymore. That's really bumming me out. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I guess I just thought that it's like they'd hang out with us. I don't know. They just seem real anxious to get back to work and to never talk to us again.
We have one day in the hotel, and then we're gonna stay with him. So.
Yeah, we got a whole week here.
More importantly, like I said, they probably just need time before we're ready to interact with us. Time to figure out exactly what's going on. Give them time.
We're just...
I know. I trust me, I know, but
hey,
no sense worrying about it too much now.
This is kind of, what this life is like. You pick people up, they stay with you for a little bit, and then they leave. Doesn't mean Theriac's gonna mean any less. It's why I wanted that picture.
That's not what just happened. Right?
They seem like a very busy person. They still like us enough, but this was their whole point. This is why they wanted to get back, is to get back to this.
This is who they are.
Listen, Scrap. I get it. I know that. I'm so used to people coming and going, and I'm never given a shit when they've gone. That's why I'm freaking out. Because I care. I care that Theriac, the dude we've been hanging out with for so long, is talking to me like a business intern.
They talk to everyone like a business intern.
They do.
I know, but suddenly I care whether they like me.
Okay.
Why don't you ask them?
May I, for a split second? Theriac is defaulting to this business-like exterior because that's the safe place. We all have one, right? We default to something when we feel threatened. Theriac is feeling threatened right now. I know it doesn't matter. By the fact that their company has changed underneath their roots, okay? Circumstances change dramatically. You get defensive. Theriac is getting defensive. So yes, treating you like an intern, telling me to shut up. It's normal.
They didn't tell me to shut up. Okay.
Well, you weren't there for the entire conversation.
What?
To be fair, I did offer. It doesn't matter. My point is, this disconnection is not real. It's not really Theriac.
You've had better pep talks, my dude.
I think everybody hypothesizing about what.
So give them time.
Alright, what are we gonna do? In the meantime.
I point to a world of rides.
We have a plate full of burgers, table full of burgers, rides outside. Skye, if you're that anxious, just ask Theriac. Ask them if they like you.
Oh no, because that's the last thing you want to do when you think somebody doesn't like you, is if you ask them if they like you, they're definitely not going to like you,
Who knows?
Theriac does like you.
Dr. Theriac is very kind and likes all of us very much.
Yes.
I do not have any
Skye, Theriac,
qualms about that.
Theriac and I, we worked together to get you out of that facility. On the ship, the Heth ship. Theriac did so much. They came up with so many ideas. They were willing to sacrifice a lot of things to get the three of you out.
They went with me to school even though they very much didn't want to, because it was very, very inconvenient and very, very risky and very, very scary, and they did it anyway because I was scared. So I
know the shit out of him, and they still hang out with me, so
there's no reason for all of this.
No reason to panic. Let's just enjoy our trip. Let's have our one day in a hotel. Hopefully, there's a hot tub. And tomorrow, we'll go hang out with Theriac a little bit more. We'll spend some time in the house. See what Theriac gets to behind closed doors. Have a good bit of fun. Everything will be fine. Promise. Or my name isn't it. It's tacky. I'm not gonna do that.
Cheers.
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 These are all souvenir cups, I want you to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As they all cheers, we're gonna move on back over to Theriac. Theriac, what are we up to?
Theriac just sent off the text to Skye and has entered their lab, which is sort of a combination of a veterinary clinic, a greenhouse, like an archive room. It's this very mishmash sort of place. And the lights are low. Primarily just the lights over the plants, since there's no direct sunlight anywhere. So they've installed UV lights directly over the plants that they do have in their lab. And Lynn has been taking care of them while they're away, and goes towards this like draft table, where before they had left, they were working on some ideas for future exhibitions and possibly other parks in the future. They just throw that to the side, just toss it off the table, and they will pull out a bunch of different pages from both the scientific textbooks that they had with them, and a few other pages that they've copied from the almanac. I'm gonna put them up. Some of them are like texts, a few of them are illustrations, and then we'll pull out the crystal and look at it. All right. You and I have some convening to do. And we'll go over towards this sort of like big science-y looking machine. And we'll put it like in between like two like sort of like anti-grav sort of like
Things,
thingy.
holders, yeah.
Holders, yeah, and we'll just put it in the middle, and then it'll just like float in place. As there's like a big, like almost like light scan across it, and kind of like makes like a little matrix, trying to like determine the composition of it, and then we'll go back towards the library, and pull out some books. And begins to devise a blueprint. It's not for a it's not necessarily for an exhibit, but it's a lot of scrapped ideas. Like a lot of documents are being like put in the recycling bin of like, we want to make a specific location for worship. No, that's terrible. It's gonna be some evangelical looking. It's not it. Incorporating 4 elements into exhibits? Possibly. It's a little kitschy. Could. And then we'll look to one of the documents from the almanac of the cultivator. And the cultivator appears to be this almost like arthropod humanoid looking person with this with like this multi-tool that's like a spade and a rake and a watering can and a bunch of different gardening tools. And then we'll like look at that and then look back down at the board and look at it again. Grabs it, looks it over, kind of like it's like running their like fingers across like the contour of the cultivator. Could I? Puts it down immediately and will start scribbling furiously. While the lights are down.
As you are scribbling furiously this new idea that has hit you, you hear a small bump and a like of paper moving. You, FJ, walk around and you see from the door that you came in is a small note that's been pushed under the door. It's on paper and scribbled with pencil. It says, "The board cannot be trusted. I need to meet you at," and it gives you a place which you would know is next to where this merchandising experiment has happened. Is taking place, and it says, "Bring arms."
Is there time?
Yes, there is a time. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, just checking. Theriac will look this over. What time is it?
It
like,
is.
How long has it been?
You have been in your lab for about 2 hours now, and this note is for in 45 minutes.
Damn. Just gotten started. And will quickly put away all of the notes that they had been accumulating back into their briefcase. Will check the machine. Has the machine found anything diagnostic?
The machine has. Could you roll me a? Let's do a. You can do a physical or a life science, and you can do it with advantage.
Yay! All right, give me 1 second. Life science or physical science?
Or physical, you can choose.
Okay, I'll do life science. Ooh, baby. How is a 32?
Oh, 32 is exceedingly good, pal.
I didn't even know you could get a number that high.
You are so good at rolling dice. So good.
So good.
Thank you.
You just needed a bigger lab. Just something slightly more high-tech than your tiny little hand experiments, because with this you punched in all the information you already knew onto this machine, so it didn't scan for any of those. And a thing that comes up is the three numbers that came up before, which this new machine clocks as not just 3 numbers, but 3 numbers in a sequence of 9. And because the machine is just slightly more advanced, a title comes up above it that says coordinates with a little question mark. Next to the second series of 3 numbers which are all question marks at the minute since they're not sure what they are, is a line and a scan that says it is 100% complete and points you to the Vanir system. There's a different system outside of this solar system. It's a few away, it's quite far, but it points you toward a specific planet in the Vanir system. And there is a little note with something is here, as the computer is trying to figure out what is there.
I knew I just needed a little bit more. And we'll take the crystal, go into the computer, wipe the data. We'll stuff the crystal back in the fanny pack. Going to run to meet with everybody else to get them towards this secret meeting.
You all are sat. You finish up your burgers after you have this conversation, and Theriac arrives at the door. Just as you're all kind of getting ready to leave.
See? I told
Hello.
you.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, I apologize for my earlier behavior. Secondly, do you have your weapons?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I'm always
Cocktail
packing.
grenades.
I guess.
Come with me. And we'll lead them towards the meeting, and we'll explain along the way. I received a note saying that the board cannot be trusted, and to meet with this person.
Well, what person?
I'm not sure, but they said to bring arms.
Well,
So
that sounds
Yeah,
threatening, almost.
Can I ask you a separate question? While we walk. I kind of grunt awkwardly. Do you like us?
what?
Do you like us?
Do I? Yes,
I
think you're all swell.
Thank you. I needed
Swell.
reassurance. Panic sometimes.
Of course, and we'll just pat Azhaam's calf.
Yeah, pat Azhaam's shoulder and say, maybe you should be less of a baby than caring about whether people like you. Grow an ego, am I right, guys? Anyway, where are we going?
If anyone actually
so-
bothers to look at him, his eyes are rolling.
But I figured if this turns out to be some sort of a stand-up or something, we'll have arms.
Okay.
Listen, boss. This could
I
go.
don't appreciate being called that.
You're literally the boss, though.
I am the boss of this.
Yeah, and
This
I am the
operation?
employee of this, so you're my
You are
boss.
not an employee yet.
Yeah, I'm the contract.
That's a fake
Listen,
contract.
Doc.
You can call me Doc, as you had been previously. I much prefer that.
I'm being very sassy for someone who is requesting my services, and I am not on contract.
What did you want to
Should
say?
we unionize? Should we unionize?
Skye.
We should always unionize. That's very important.
Skye,
I
what-
just asked a question. please.
What do you want?
I forgot what the question was.
Dang it, you were so busy doing the bit.
I got lost in the bit. Oh yeah. No, not boss. Dr. Theriac. This could go so bad for us. You know, getting ready to rumble in the middle of your family-friendly establishment because a note said not to trust your coworkers. This could go so horribly. So
I don't trust.
no, I know. I will follow you.
You don't understand me, right? Like why I'm doing this.
I'm
Like,
just
I'm not alone in the I'm not the crazy one here.
No, you are absolutely not. Everyone has been talking absolute nonsense besides you since we entered through the doors of this godforsaken place. So absolutely, I understand. And I think we should check this out.
Yeah.
okay. That was just me asking, are we sure? But if we're sure,
Azhaam? I'm not. I'm.
You know, I'm reminded right now of a saying I heard from a pirate. Never mind. You don't know till you know. So let's go, so we can know.
Knowledge. And will.
Can I, before
on.
we
Absolutely.
skip off though, Matt, can I just, while we were sitting there waiting for Theriac, can I have just, Ike's been avoiding it, but can I check to see, has there been any response on my phone?
There has. There's a message, a text.
What does it say?
Ha ha. Comma. It's a place where kids play? Do they not have that in the lower decks? Hey, do you want to grab a coffee later today? Where are you?
I text back. I would love a coffee when I get back home. Picking up a little extra work, but I'll be back soon.
oh, sorry, I'm looking over your shoulder. I know that's like super duper rude.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
gonna send you the picture of you and the CEO of Wild Times, okay?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
There you go.
thank you.
I am not CEO.
CFO then.
I am a co-founder and the lead of the scientific department. I'm not the CEO.
They're all synonyms for boss for me. I'm sorry.
Truly very different positions.
No, okay. You still look important though. You got a whole
Thank you.
portrait.
No, I
Still
get it.
send it to me. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. It's getting called boss is a lot. Makes more than comfy.
Doc is already so formal. Just go with
Would
Doc.
you prefer if we call you Theri?
Yeah, I don't like that.
You asked
Oh,
Theory feels a little.
The
So what
doctor
is-
did call me captain earlier today, and that felt extremely good. So,
All right, Cappy. What
yes.
kind of title or name works for you for your friends?
Doc is perfectly.
I think
cool.
Well, there you go. So we're
There you
good.
we should go to this.
I'd say that you're
Oh, well,
having this conversation as you're like walking.
Yeah.
And can I find a Wild Times waste bin?
Yeah.
And I want to
And waste bin.
to dump it out and just gather.
Oh hell yeah! Skye kicks one over.
Good, yes. Get me
Litter.
some more empty souvenir cups, and I build myself a little sword out of
A Wild Times themed
a
sword.
Wild Times merchandise. I wanted to actually just like say Wild Times across the blade
Yes,
of the
absolutely.
sword in like garbage.
You have
scrap.
this sword that looks like that has the Wild Times logo on it, like runes of an ancient blade. Like
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely misinterpreted that and got way too excited about burning this place to the ground.
Oh, the energy really got me a little amped up
Wait,
anyway.
someone
So
wants to
I'm,
burn
I'm
something?
getting
Hold on.
amped up. Let's go kick some ass. You know?
I got a flame rifle if someone wants to burn something.
We are not going in guns blazing. We are
No.
just preparing if there
just in case.
Yes.
Just in case.
On my back.
Diplomacy first?
Agreed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could engage in aggressive negotiations.
Well, yes.
Conversational combat.
you all arrive at this kind of experimentation area, and lit by the lights coming off of the this like half sphere experimentation zone, Theriac, you see a plump Shirin, who you know as Loric, who is one of the board members. As you walk, they are rubbing their hands and they're like, "Oh, thank God. I didn't know if you'd be here in time."
Loric, what's this about?
Theriac, I don't know what is happening to the park, but things are going really very weird. I don't think Kiskak went on holiday at all. I'm constantly being watched. I think everyone else is, and I think that... And then there is a shot that rings out as this purple energy is sucked out of Loric's head, and they fall down. This energy falls into this experimentation chamber that starts to buzz and crack, and this huge bolt of energy shoots out and hits all 5 of you. And you slowly begin to shrink.
Before it hits, I do want to take one. I'm good enough to know this kind of thing. I want to take one shot in the direction of the shot that initially came. Before I shrink.
Okay, that will be inside the chamber. Yes, you can have that shot since you are readied.
Yes.
Are we getting ant bullied?
Ant bullied?
We're getting Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And you all begin to shrink, and your bodies and the trees grow larger and larger, and the grass meets you as you all shrink to a tiny form. Azhaam, what did you roll?
Nat 20.
Woo!
That hits, of course. Azhaam, you fire off into the holding as everybody shrinks down. And that is where we're going to leave our session. I have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids due. Thank you all very much for my weird fucking little arc. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that sounds fun. Thank you all, everyone, for getting into our little thing. Okie dokie. Thank you, beautiful, wonderful people. Thank you so much for joining us here today. What a fucking session filled with absolutely so much stuff. It's our first session in Wild Times. It's the little park.
Wild Times.
It's our first fucking session in Wild Times. Gamers, gang, thanks so much for being here. My name is Matt, I'm Captain Krell on all things. I stream Monday to Thursdays, little dating sims and things. I also DM this. Next week, after this episode is out, will be the podcasted version of this one. So if you'd like to listen to that and listen to see how it all happens, do that. And then the week after that will be the next episode of this. Oh my god, how wonderful. Gamers, gang, who would like to take over?
Hey everybody.
My name's Andre. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art on Twitter and at andrerivera.art, which is my official website where you can see my portfolio and some of the long form series that I've played in, including the Atomless, including Tragedy of the Illusion, including the Unicorn Hunt, including the Red Line, and you can also check my Twitter if my commissions are open. That's it.
Wonderful.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi. I'm
Wonderful.
Dylan.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Dylan or Super Dylan. Everywhere on the internet, I here on the Atomless. I write games and I play in them too. You can catch me on Total Party Kiss sometimes, doing long shot fun stuff on Thursdays, and you can see me on my Twitch where I play also lots of dating sims and Dragon Age. And that's it. The end.
Wonderful. Beautiful, wonderful Momo O'Brien. Do you want to do it?
Hello, my name is Momo O'Brien. I make content about immersive experiences. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien.
Wonderful.
I would be the second to last here. Hello, my name is Nordine Likadir, also known as Werewolf Feels all over the internet. Also known as that weird person who just pretends to be a werewolf all over the internet. But truth be told, I tie that with a significant number of people, one of whom is also in this game with me. I play Azhaam, but I also play characters all over the interwebs, along with writing, cultural consulting, sensitivity consulting, and designing for tabletop games et al. Before we say goodbye, there is one more person who needs to say goodbye to you personally. Matthew.
I've already said it. I've already said mine at the beginning.
Whatever.
But
Screw
I appreciate it so much,
Matthew.
gamers. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. And the next time, there we go, I got it. And the next time we fly through the Atomless Sea, I hope you all are there to fly with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye.
Beautiful, wonderful. Good job, gang.